everybody, this is AJ Orsini. As I can see, I am live here, not live on air, but live and in person. I know I say that all the time, right? The stage is set for me. I have been traveling around with the crew all day, trying to get some things worked out, being all kinds of creative. And I hope you guys are listening to the show. Of course, if you want to check it out, ajoum.podbean.com. Also, a whole bunch of different places where you can catch it, wherever you catch your podcasts, iTunes, iHeartRadio, all that good stuff. But I just wanted to put out there that I have spent a lovely day with the folks over at 2bscene.com. And look at this scenery. We got people kissing in the background. This is all love today. It's all love. I've had a very good chance. Let's see over there. See, now it's turning into a voyeuristic video now over there. Do like a heart emoji thing over it. Show the editing skills. But it's been a fantastic day. I can't thank Founder Voice and everybody at 2bscene for everything they've done for me. This has been amazing. I hope it all works itself out. I hope everyone either hates or likes the video. I don't really care. Or the videos that we've done. If you want to be standing where I'm standing with the same boom mic that I got on me right now, with the same cool ass 4K equipment, with the, well, I don't know if they can provide the background for you, but you could work that out with them. If you want to be a part of all that stuff, the number 2, BESCENE.com, 2bscene.com is where you can do that. Of course, you can listen to my show too at ajoum.podbean.com. And look at this once again, man. This is absolutely fantastic. Again, guys, thanks 2bscene for coming out with me and doing all this creative, goofy shit with me, man. Look, there he is. He did it. He's doing such a good job. And a cool shirt. Buy the tee, as well as my tee, ProWrestlingTees.com/AJOUM.
Perfect.
This is your boy AJ Orsini here to remind you guys that if you took the time right now to look around your home, look in the kitchen, the bathroom, the bedroom, the living room, all of the areas within your home, if you look around, I can promise you, you do not have enough OUM merch in your house. This is scientifically proven. I know for a fact you do not have enough. Even if you're listening to this and you already have a few, you do not have enough. But that's okay. We can solve that problem very simply. All you need to do is head over to ajoum.com. That is it. It is ajoum.com, and you can get yourself some AJ Orsini Deceive Dave Orsini's Uncensored Mind merch. We've got t-shirts, we've got socks and pants and sweaters, we've got decor for the home. You want some sheets for your bed with AJ Orsini? We got them. You want some to cover up your windows? We got them. You want some dishware? We've got them. Head over to ajoum.com for more merch goodness. Orsini's Uncensored Mind, of course, is a predominantly pro wrestling discussed podcast, but Deceive Dave and myself, AJ Orsini, not afraid to touch any subject at all, and we have a good time when we talk about it. Now, normally, the best way to catch that would be to head over to podbean.com/AJOUM, but for those of you who want a little bit more variety in your programming, I don't blame you. We've got a YouTube channel just for that. We've got shorts, we've got full episodes, we've got commercials, advertisements, we've got everything that you need to do to stay up on all the information concerning Orsini's Uncensored Mind. All you need to do is head over to youtube.com. Of course, you can search up Orsini's Uncensored Mind directly, or just head over to youtube.com/AJ Orsini 96 host. That'll take you to the YouTube channel. Please take the time and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, help the show, and we'll keep on entertaining you guys no matter what. My name is AJ Orsini, and usually I'm rolling with my right-hand man, my brother from exactly the same exact mother, Deceive Dave, and we are the hosts of Orsini's Uncensored Mind. And predominantly, we're a pro wrestling podcast, of course, but we tackle all number of subjects on our show. We do it with laughs, we do it with class, and we do it conversationally, baby. We have a great conversation with our fan base, of course, you folks out there in the House of O. And now is an opportunity for you to jump on board and be a team member. How do you do that? Very simple. Email ajorsini96host@gmail.com to find out sponsorship opportunities that all of you qualify for, whether you're a business or an individual. If you want to find a way to support the show, once again, email ajorsini96host@gmail.com. What kind of sponsorship opportunities are we talking about? I mean, we range from anywhere from $1, $5 to $10. What do those numbers buy you? email the address, ajorsini96host@gmail.com. We'll have the conversation. It's an easy peasy system, and you'll be able to get your word out. Whatever it is you need said, whatever it is you need done over the airwaves of Orsini's Uncensored Mind. Let's not just be fan and host, folks. Let's be partners. Head over to the email and I'll email now about sponsorship. Ladies, gents, children of varying ages, it's your boy here, AJ Orsini, here to talk to you about Orsini's Uncensored Mind. Now, see, this is a podcast where I'm rolling with my right-hand man, my co-host, my brother from exactly the same exact mother. Of course, I'm talking about my boy, Deceived Dave. We sit here, we break it all down. We're talking about professional wrestling for the most part, but we're not afraid of any topic. We'll talk about it all, Marvel, DC, comics. We're talking movies, we're talking music, we're talking sports. We are all over the page. You want to hear about politics? Not here. All fun, all day, 24/7. We got the laughs, we've got the giggles, we've got the chit-chat, we got the bone chit-chat over here. Come down to Orsini's Uncensored Mind, where you can have a good time, have your voice heard, and hear some of the best opinions about all things that's going on all around the world, man. We share, we care, we want to hear what you've got to say, and of course, we want you to hear what we have to say. It's Orsini's Uncensored Mind. AJ Orsini, Deceived Dave. Check us out at www.podbean.com/AJOUM, or head over to the Linktree at Linktree/AJOUM. Check us out.
Warning! The following episode of Orsini's Uncensored Mind contains explicit language and adult content. The thoughts and opinions stated on this show are reflective of AZ Orsini, Deceived Dave, and their guests exclusively. Seriously, guys, my dada and uncle say some pretty crazy stuff. If it offends you, go be butthurt somewhere else.
Welcome to Orsini's Uncensored Minds, and now your host, AJ Orsini with Dave.
Question marks, always with the question marks, but it is not a question as to whether or not we will be live tonight, because we're live. We're here. It's Orsini's Uncensored Mind. AJ Orsini here with yet another episode of Orsini's Uncensored Mind, and we are going to be going Survivor Series crazy. Loco, if you will. This is one of the big four events for WWE, but it is one of the least talked about of the four. We will go into a lot more onto why that could possibly be, but I'm not alone. Don't let the question mark fool you. Dave's here, and he's sipping what I can only assume is that some lean? Is that what the kids get into today? You're muted as fuck right now. You have to unmute.
Hey, I try to make that as awkward as possible.
There you go. I tried to unmute you, and StreamYard said you cannot unmute them because they chose to be muted. I was like,
yes,
ooh,
strip me of that privilege.
Ooh. Yes, so we are not alone. Of course, as this would normally go with discussions, it is going to be me, it's going to be Dave, and of course, our
brother,
friendly neighborhood Dove is here yet again to
tag me in. I'm here to do it.
That hot, sweaty palm tag team action.
That's right.
I got a little taste of that yesterday. Your boys survived a triple threat tag team match for the CCW World Tag Team Championship. I wish I could show you the markings.
Wow.
They left their marks on me. I can't get out of these matches without this shit happening on my chest. Someone hits me on my fucking chest. every fucking time, and then I gotta go home, and my wife goes, "You should really put something on that." And I'm thinking, just kind of a burn feeling, a little itchiness. I put a little bit of the aloe vera on,
Yeah.
dumped what I can only assume is a full quart of Vaseline on my chest, and now I can't get it off. This shirt is ruined forever, I'm sure. I'm doing a whole live show about Survivor Series with the oiliest chest I've ever had in my entire life. So
It sounds like you're ready to cut a promo then. That's
well,
1980s style.
that's
All
my
oiled up and ready to go, brother.
That's my secret, Cap. I'm always ready to cut the promo. But we are here to talk about Survivor Series, and I want to state off the top, thank you, Dave, for once again setting the time across to do these lives. Thank you to Joe, who was a last minute addition here. I didn't want to encumber you into your evening plans, but this is I'm going to make this proclamation here and now. I am done saying on the show leading up to the roundtables and leading up to the live discussions that I'm going to bring on new voices, because every fucking time I try to bring,
they always let you down. But you know who won't let you down? Joe
Here comes
always
the
here,
fun.
baby.
Here comes the fun.
I'm always hearing on 2bc.com.
I can't be here. The number also find me.
The number 2BSCNE, like a movie, baby. You can also find me on the Captain's Quadrant.
There it is.
In Star Trek.
I like how he took my misery and turned it into a plug.
It's ironic. Like for my co-host of the Captain's Quadrant, I did that inadvertently. He was like, "Oh, it's a rough time," and I'm like, "Damn, don't worry, we're gonna have a fun time talking about our show tonight, the Captain's Quadrant." I was like, "What's wrong with you?" And
In your head, you're like, "I'm trying to spin a positive," but
I am. I was like, you're gonna have a good time. We're gonna laugh together. I mean, that's what I was thinking. But yeah, I felt terrible. I was like, I was probably not a good time to
I'm
play.
gonna feel great.
Yeah. That sucks to be you, pal. We're gonna do phenomenal here tonight. So we're doing this a little early. I don't normally try to do. I try to do the roundtables a little closer to the pay-per-view because we still don't know what's going to happen tomorrow night on Raw. We don't know what's going to happen this Friday on SmackDown. Some big news was announced on Friday. A nice little interaction that ended the show. We'll talk about that because it sets up our big main event for the pay-per-view.
But as a lot of matches too, right?
Well, I was just going to say, as it stands right now here at Survivor Series, we have 3 matches.
Only 3
scheduled for Survivor Series. Now, as my wife put it, there'll be some garbage matches, I'm sure, or thrown on at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the way that I'm looking at this is if you haven't been announced yet, it ain't going to be. It's not exactly main event caliber we're talking about here. They might throw the Final Testament and the Wyatts in there. I don't.
Yeah,
know.
that makes the most sense. I was just going to say that's probably going to be our next. Yeah.
So we'll talk about the actual pay-per-view in our main event here today. But because it's just the 3 matches, and I want to give everybody a bang for their buck, I thought it'd be interesting to take a look back and let's really discuss why is the situation the way that it is with Survivor Series, because the WWE has been around for a long, long time. They've been doing big shows, big pay-per-views for a long time. And if you're a wrestling fan of any kind, worth your salt here, you're familiar with the Big 4. That's the terminology that's always been used throughout the WWE fan base, and that's the Big 4. We've got WrestleMania, we've got SummerSlam, we've got the Royal Rumble, and your preference of which goes 1 through 3, however you want to order, or which one you like more than the other. But I always felt like Survivor Series, for some oddball reason, was the least talked about of the 4. And the only reason why I say that it's kind of weird to me is because of the group, the Royal Rumble obviously has one of the biggest gimmick matches of all time. That's the Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. WrestleMania is WrestleMania. It's Valhalla. It's my holy day of Sabbath. It's my greatest day of my life. Once a year, every year, right?
Yeah.
SummerSlam is the best way. Maybe you guys disagree. It's like WrestleMania Junior.
Yep. Baby Mania.
It's summer camp compared to the for the big show. It's not, so I always wondered why, Survivor Series, because Survivor Series had gimmicks. We have the 5-on-5 elimination. At one point, the Elimination Chamber we thought was going to be a more ongoing process for them. It ended up not. They've had these different ideas. We've done SmackDown versus Raw. bragging rights kind of situations where SmackDown talent versus Raw. We had that one beautiful year where we had Raw versus NXT versus SmackDown. That was a fun
That was
time.
dope.
That was a good time. So now we've brought a new tradition into the realm of things. We've got the War Games. That's what's going to happen this weekend. We've got the men and the women, 2 separate War Games matches. We'll get more into that as we discuss the actual show. But Joe, are there any memories for you that really stand out when it comes to Survivor Series? What's one of your favorite like Survivor Series moments?
The Undertaker.
The birth.
Yes.
Of
Yes. I bequeath upon the world, Mark Calloway as the Undertaker.
Taker saved Survivor Series from COVID. I bet you didn't know that.
No, I didn't.
It just so happened 2020 was the 30th anniversary of his debut at Survivor Series. And they did the 25th 5 years before.
Right.
And I think that was going to be the big deal. Okay, we'll say 25 years of Taker. But then the pandemic hit. They were like, well, I mean, it's also 30.
Yeah, let's dig them up. Literally.
Yeah, we could do something with that. And so the Undertaker, you said. Does he have moments or just the actual, like, that's the debut of
the original debut is incredible at Survivor Series.
Look at the size of that ham hock.
Yeah, exactly. And then and on the flip side of that is the goggly gooker. It was like WTF. Jesus. Yes, I remember the band.
I've never heard over 10,000 people in one facility fart at the same time.
What?
The gobbly gooker.
Yeah.
Poor old Hector Guerrero in there sweating his now guys off in there, just sweating up a storm.
Yeah.
Dave, you have any Survivor Series moments that you recall that stand out to you at all whatsoever?
Not in the moment. Like, it's hard for me to recall a lot of this stuff, but I know I've seen a lot of it. I'm sure when you call some stuff out, I'm gonna be like, okay, I remember that. Because I have something in my head right now that I'm not 100% sure is Survivor Series or not. So
trust me, you will. When this show is over, you're gonna go, that was it. Yeah, that's the moment. That's why.
So off the top of my head, no. Survivor Series, no. But I'm sure I've seen a lot of this stuff, and when you start mentioning them, I'll call one out.
Okay.
I'll probably pop for something, but yeah.
Oh, you're gonna. Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah, you're gonna.
I was going through this because I started like getting nostalgic about it.
I'm glancing now to see if anything clicks.
So I was going through some of it myself. All I did to set this up for us to go through the tier maker was I started looking up the flyers, like the not match cards, but like the actual advertisements for the actual Survivor Series, and through the pictures, you can kind of cascade through the generations, and as you see the photos, all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, I remember that pay-per-view. This happened and that happened. Like, I remember. Okay. This, I was already going through it in my head, so I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to do this shit on the show. This is gonna be fun. So, for those of you out there who are listening, who have your favorite Survivor Series moments, please feel free throughout the course of this program here to place those memories of yours in the comments. We will address them on the air, of course, as we normally would. So we have a long way to go because I don't even know how many people out there even know. But the first ever Survivor Series took place in 1987.
Oh, wasn't Duggan in that?
Oh, there's a lot of old heads on that one. That Survivor Series is literally 2 months older than Dave.
Oh, wow.
It was Survivor Series, and then 2 months later, I had 1 year and 2 months.
Yeah.
1 year and 2 months. We had 2 Survivor Series before he was bequeathed into the world for everyone to see. And Survivor Series. That's how we should celebrate all birthdays.
Congratulations on your bequeathing.
I know it's been 40 years since.
It's been a good year.
Oh, the bequeathing and all. So let's start at the very, very beginning. I'm going to take you back into time. Now, before I read this off, let me show you guys this. We will be making a determination as a group here. Now, currently, this is the one good thing about the fact there's an odd number of us, because we'll be able to make some sort of decision making. There'll be some sort of decision making here as we go through to determine exactly where we want to place these pictures. So as you see, we have our categories: badass. All right,
Mhm.
this Survivor Series pay-per-view from top to bottom was just a badass card. Then we've got not bad at all. All right, pretty good. Or excuse me, pretty okay. Not very good. And oh damn. I don't know what happened there. It's just oh damn. That was
Godly Gooker is getting the oh damn, that's for
that
sure.
was an oh damn. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's not gonna the gobbledygook is gonna get
that oh damn.
oh damn.
Oh damn.
So so those are our categories, and just below the categories, you'll see the flyers that I uploaded to the website so that we can make our decisions and move them to where we feel they need to be, and we will be ranking our Survivor Series memories. So let's get off right here. Like I said, 1987, boys. I'm going to take you to the Richfield Coliseum in Richfield Township, Ohio. Again, all the Survivor Series took place in November, so we're not going to give you dates. They're all November. And this one is in 1987. Here are the results. Now, we're right now for our show coming up this weekend. There are 3 matches announced. We think there might be room for one more. We'll see how the show pans
There's
out.
always room for more.
This first Survivor Series only has 4 matches on it. That's it. But they're all 5-on-5. So that's about 4 matches and 40 people.
Oh, wow.
Seems like the original theme.
Yes, that was the original purpose of Survivor Series. Indeedy do. So let's get down to it here. Our first match, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Jake Roberts, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and the Macho Man Randy Savage, and Ricky Steamboat. Okay, listen to that team again. Beefcake, Roberts, Duggan, Savage, and Steamboat defeated the team of Dangerous Danny Davis, Harley Race, Hercules, the Honky Tonk Man, and Rob Bass. Rob Bass.
Rob Bass.
He was in a tag team match, and he came to get down. It's Ron Bass, and of course, we're accompanied by Bobby Heenan and Jimmy Hart. This is a women's match. The Fabulous Moolah, the Jumping Bomb Angels, Rockin' Robin and Velvet McIntyre defeats Dawn Marie, Donna Cristinello, the Glamour Girls, and Sensational Sherry.
Wow.
The British Bulldogs, the Killer Bees, and Jim Brunzell, Jumping Jim Brunzell.
Whoa, man, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
The Raymond Rougeau, Strike Force, Rick Martel and Tito Santana, and the Young Stallions, Jim Powers, Paul Roma, defeated the I forgot to mention before this. This is a 10-on-10, so this is 20 guys in the ring. They defeated the Bolsheviks, which is Boris Zukov and Nikolai Volkov. Demolition.
Damn.
The Dream Team of Dino Bravo and Greg Valentine. The Hart Foundation. The Islanders of Haku and Tama. And that's the losing team right there. And then our main event, Andre the Giant, Butch Reed, King Kong Bundy, a one-man game, and Rick Rude defeated Bam Bam Bigelow, Don the Rock Morocco, Hulk Hogan, Ken Patera, and Paul Orndorff. Mr. Wonderful. If there's ever a card that I could ever read to you that screams 1980s.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this is 80s personified right here, man. This is top of the tier right now.
This is just for classic sake. This is an upper tier fucking pick. And Rick Rude. So let me see. Let me go back to the page. So if we had to make a distinction, badass, not bad at all, pretty okay, not very good, or oh my damn, where would we put this first Survivor Series?
This would be badass in my book.
You know what?
Like on paper, especially, it sounds amazing.
On paper, this does sound ridiculous.
But like, I know how these guys are, and it's like, ooh, how coked up was this one? And
today, like those equivalent stars today, this shit would be trash. But I feel like in that time, considering it was like one of the first ones, all those guys were like, a lot of those guys were spectacles. Like if you watch wrestling back in the day, these are more spectacles. I feel like this stuff for the first time would have been like insane, seeing so many stars in one ring. For the first one, they'll get a pass on the bullshit. They just tried the bullshit. I can imagine that was pretty hype for seeing all those people in the ring at one time.
I think it's pretty unique. You have a mid-card Survivor Series match, a women's Survivor Series match, a tag team Survivor match, and a main event player tag team match. They really took all their divisions
and smashed everybody together here. So badass,
Yeah,
not
for
bad
sure.
at all. Okay,
I
Dave,
mean,
what do you think?
I don't know if I can give a verdict, but like I said, if I did, I could imagine in that time this was crazy.
yeah.
So,
All right,
but you ain't gonna get too many 10 on 10s after
No.
this one,
No,
buddy.
this sounds like we're being respectful at this point.
Yeah.
Here we go. So we're taking it to 88. Dave's almost here. And
Almost.
we're in the same building. They're running it back. And the matches. Where are you? There you go. Results. 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. The Ultimate Warrior, Brutus the Barber Beefcake,
Oh, I remember this.
and Houston, the Blue Blazer,
Oh, wow.
and Jumpin' Jim Brunzell defeating the Honky Tonk Man, Ron Bass, Danny Davis, Greg Valentine, and Bad News Brown.
Dangerous Danny Davis?
Dangerous Danny Davis again.
Wow.
Yes. He's on the losing team this time. The
Yeah.
Powers of Pain, another 10 on 10. The Powers of Pain, the Rockers, the British Bulldogs, and the Hart Foundation and the Young Stallions defeated Demolition, the Brainbusters, the Bolsheviks, the Fabulous Rougeaus, and the Conquistadors.
Oh, my God.
Can we just mention real quick, Hart Foundation and the Rockers on the same goddamn team for a Survivor?
Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah. Just so you know, things are going to go really bad soon.
Right now, we're gonna yang you in a second. Held down.
Yeah.
Giant, Rick Rude, Dino Bravo, Mr. Perfect, and Harley Race, defeating Jim Duggan, Jake Roberts, Scott Casey, Ken Patera, and Tito Santana. In the main event, the Mega Powers, Hercules, Coco Beware, and Hillbilly Jim
Oh, wow.
defeated the Twin Towers, Ted DiBiase, King Haku, and the Red Rooster.
Oh, wow. Terry Taylor.
Uh-huh. Brandon's watching. The
Yeah.
managers basically ruled WWE. Everyone
Everyone's in a faction.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was but before AEW tried to recreate that. Yes, that is where it used to be. Now
I
to
didn't wanna
Dave's
say it.
point. Now to Dave's point, if we're gonna give the first one the credit that we gave it, are we feeling the same way the second time around? Because it's almost literally the same exact card.
Almost, but it's not.
There's a few changes due to
This was going to be my question to you guys. Were you both watching around this time?
Yes.
yes.
So do you remember? What did you watch the first one?
Yes.
I don't know. Me personally, I don't know if I saw the first one, but I definitely remember this one because the Mega Power is the main event.
I
So
remember
was
this
it-
because my grandmother was making fun of me because I remember I was a big Hogan fan and I don't remember him being there. And I was like, "Where's Hogan?" Grandma going, "Baby."
But was it so you have firsthand, was it good?
Yeah, I enjoyed it back then.
Yes,
I mean,
yeah.
you
Talking about
that-
1989. Yeah, of course I
Yeah.
was into what the fuck I was watching.
yeah, back then it was different. I just finished moving to New York at that time, so it was a whole nother world. And then we had the big TV, which was a 19-inch television, but the back of it was
Was
ginormous.
huge. Yeah.
And then I remember my uncle had the magic box back in the day.
Brandon, I didn't have money. Oh, so many things change, and yet some things stay the same, don't they? man?
Oh, damn, brutal.
Brutal.
That's horrible.
Don't worry, I'm feeling the pinch as well. Don't worry about it.
Well, me too.
All right, so I don't. Me personally, I don't think we're gonna put this in badass just
No.
because of how. I mean, almost to the T.
It's almost the same, yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead. You want to go not bad at all or pretty okay? 'Cause
I'm gonna go
gonna
not
say
bad at all, especially because that foreshadowing.
Oh, yes. Very much so the foreshadowing. Let's take us to 1989 for just a second here, folks. We're now at the, Steve Austin would say, we're at the Rosemount Horizon, Chicago, Illinois. We've got the Dream Team, Dusty Rhodes, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, the Red Rooster, and Tito Santana against the Enforcers, Big Boss Man, Bad News Brown, Rick Martel, and the Honky Tonk Man. This is when now we're starting to get into the era where the teams had names regardless if they knew each other or not.
Rhythm and blues?
Yes. Yeah, shit like that. So we have the King's Court, Randy Savage, Canadian Earthquake, Dino Bravo, and Greg Valentine with Jimmy Hart and Queen Sherry against the 4x4s of Jim Duggan, Bret Hart, Ron Garvin, and Hercules. The Hulkamaniacs, Hulk Hogan, Jake Roberts, Axe, and Smash against the $1 Million Team, Ted DiBiase, the Warlord, the Barbarian, and Zeus.
The Rude Brood, Rick Rude, Mr. Perfect, Jacques and Raymond Rougeau against Roddy Piper, Jimmy Snuka, Bushwhacker Luke, and Bushwhacker Butch. The Ultimate Warriors in the main event. Warrior, Neidhart, Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty against the Heenan family, Bobby Heenan, Andre the Giant, Haku, and Arn Anderson.
Wow, Andre
Now,
the
I like
connection.
I like this. I'm probably gonna go not bad for this one as well because I love the creativity of the names because it also gave us very unique promos. I think this was the first Survivor Series where we kind of have that tradition even to this day where it's a mixed match team and then you get them all together for one promo to try to make sense of why we're all the one team. So it's like I'll never. We'll get to it later. I think it's 2007. So I'll get to why that is hilarious to me as we move forward. But Dave, any of these names ringing any kind of a bell to you at all whatsoever?
It's funny because this is the wrestling I know before the Attitude Era. So like all the video games and everything that I remember playing that were wrestling games, like these were the guys in the game. Like this is literally ripped straight from the video game, Ultimate Warrior, Hulk. The cool thing that I'm noticing too is that from if you notice in Survivor Series 1, they only showed 2, but they would show everybody on the team. Then on the next one, they only show top 2 who are highlighted. You can see it on the card. They're highlighted, and they show those 2 people. And then on this one, they went down to 1. There's one person highlighted who's usually has something to do with the name of the team.
Yeah.
And then they just got one person on it. So I can and I feel like I'm going to see a recurring theme of this as they start to work their way through on how Survivor Series actually will be represented.
Yeah, they found it really quickly. We can't advertise 40 people at once.
Nah, it's too much, dude.
That's just weird.
You're paying way too many people at this photo shoot.
There's too many people here. So I'm gonna go. Well, no, you tell me. Where do you think I should go with this, Joe? Where do you voting for this?
I think we should go. Not bad at all.
Not bad at all, Dave.
Sure, I've never seen it, dude. I'm gonna have to check in with me a little bit later.
One of the things that I love about the OG Survivor Series, I have all the programs because a buddy of mine named Carol, R.I.P. She went to all of them, and she literally got me all the programs and gave them to me. And when I was in a desperate pinch for money, I sold some of them for hundreds of dollars. So, Carol, you came through twice in my life. Many thanks to you.
Well, Survivor Series saves another one.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna take you now to what city? We're at our old stomping ground, me and Dave's old stomping ground. We're taking you to the Hartford Civic Center, Hartford, Connecticut, 1990. The Warriors. This is a 4-on-4. The Warrior Hulk, the Ultimate Warrior, Road Warrior Hawk, Road Warrior Animal, and the Texas Tornado against the Perfect Team. Mr. Perfect, Axe Smash, and Crush.
Wow.
What did he just say?
F tier.
F tier. $1 million team. Ted DiBiase, The Undertaker.
This is 18, baby.
This is the debut here.
This is the number one for me.
The Honky Tonk Man and Greg Valentine defeated the dream team of Dusty Rhodes, Coco Beware, Bret Hart, and Jim Neidhart. This was the winning team from last year, by the way.
Yeah.
The Visionaries, Rick Martel, the Warlord, Hercules, and Paul Roma, Jake Roberts, Jimmy Snuka, Shawn Michaels, and Marty Jannetty. Another 4. They're all 4-on-4s till the main event. The Hulkamaniacs, Hulk Hogan, Jim Duggan, Big Boss Man, and Tugboat, defeating the Natural Disasters, Earthquake, Haku, Dino Bravo, and the Barbarian.
That was also foreshadowing.
Yep. Yeah, it was actually. Now that I'm looking at it, the Alliance, Nikolai Volkov, Tito Santana, Luke, and Butch against the Mercenaries, Sergeant Slaughter, Boris Zokov, Sato, and Tanaka. And in the main event, I don't remember the story and how we got here, but a lot of the guys that competed earlier found their ways in another match. It was Hogan, the Warrior, and Tito Santana for some reason.
Arriba!
Against Ted DiBiase and the Visionaries, Rick Martel, the Warlord, Hercules, and Paul Roma. And there goes Brandon. This was the year of the Gobbledygooker.
Oh, God.
In the Hartford Civic Center. I'll never forget that. That was a good time. So for this one, I'm going to be honest, this one's a little lower on the list. This is just my vote of it. It's a little lower on the list for me. I would probably put this one pretty okay.
Yeah.
Because again, we're rehashing a lot of the same rivalries, and then there's this was an example of some foreshadowing. You had made mention of the foreshadowing before in the other match with the Hulkamaniacs.
Mhm.
But this makeshift main event that Hogan had to be last is some more foreshadowing for other shows, with Hulk Hogan toward the end of that run now kind of like pushing. Now he's not in the main events, he's pushing to be in the main events, and this was kind of one of those situations there. So, Dave, you have a problem with pretty okay?
No.
Okay, all right then. We're moving swimmingly, gentlemen, swimmingly. Oh no, go back. I don't want to do Royal Rumble. I want to go here. There we go. Okay, this one a little bit more modern for us. I'm going to take it to the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan, baby. 4-on-4 as Ric Flair, woo, and the Mountie, Ted DiBiase and the Warlord are going to take on Roddy Piper, Bret Hart, Virgil, and the British Bulldog. By the way, Brandon's point stands again, as that first team was accompanied by Mr. Perfect, Jimmy Hart, and Sensational Sherry. A whole mountain of people coming to the ring.
Yeah.
Sergeant Slaughter, Jim Duggan, the Texas Tornado, and El Matador, defeating Colonel Mustafa, the Berserker, Skinner, and Hercules. Yikes.
Oh, wow. Skinner.
Yeah, this is a weird matchup.
Yeah.
The Undertaker and Hulk Hogan for the WWF Championship, Taker winning his first world title. 4-on-4, the Nasty Boys and the Beverly Brothers. Oh, the Beverly Brothers. I missed their tag team finish. Defeated the Rockers and the Bushwhackers. Oh, man. Shawn Michaels in the same team with the Bushwhackers is hilarious. Big Boss Man and the Legion of... This is the main event, by the way. Big Boss Man and the Legion of Doom defeated Erwin R. Shyster and the Natural Disasters at a 3-on-3 Survivor Series matchup. This is definitely one of the weaker ones. Now, I know Taker gets the world title here, but like Dave said earlier, in 1991, when you're watching this, is this pay-per-view knocking your socks off?
This was only 3 matches?
There was 6.
Oh, okay. I'm just looking at the card then. I meant the flyer then. Okay.
I don't know if I want to go full. Oh my damn! I don't think.
This isn't.
I don't think this was.
Was this the first time Survivor Series had a 1-on-1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was for the world title. But I don't think so. I think this is.
I'm trying to throw some stuff out there to get you guys to change your mind, but it's
I mean, it is the first Taker title run.
It is. What's it's the start of it, but again,
did he lose it like the next night because Jack Tunney stripped that shit away?
Not next night. They literally created a television special Tuesday in Texas, like 2 weeks later, and he dropped the belt back to Hogan, so it didn't.
Yeah, because Hogan probably.
Hogan was Hogan. It was what it was, but that's okay because it's 1992, and we're taking you back to the Richfield Coliseum. We're back to where it all began, and now we have a lot less Survivor Series matches. As a matter of fact, we only have 1. So we have the Head Shrinkers defeating High Energy, which was Owen Hart and Beware. I remember High Energy.
Yeah.
I remember this, Joe. Here's a memory for you. Big Boss Man defeats Nails in a nightstick on a pole.
Wow. Yeah, I remember that.
That one sticks out. Tatanka defeating Rick Martel. Randy Savage and Mr. Perfect defeating Ric Flair and Razor Ramon. I believe that's the debut of Razor Ramon.
Yeah, I think so.
Yokozuna defeated Virgil. There's a fucking match for you. 4-on-4.
That's when they were giving Virgil a push, right?
Yeah, they were.
They
pushed him right into the corner and got Bonsai dropped. That's where that push took him. Or what do you call it now? The Annihilator. I'm sorry.
The Annihilator, yes.
The Natural Disasters, Earthquake and Typhoon defeating the Nasty Boys. Oh, excuse me. They're teaming with the Nasty Boys, defeating Money Inc. and the Beverly Brothers. The Undertaker defeating Kamala in a coffin match. I remember that one sticking up because of how afraid Kamala was of the casket.
The
whole thing about that. In the main event, I'm not misreading this, ladies and gentlemen. In the main event of the 1992 Survivor Series, Bret Hart defending the WWF Championship against Shawn Michaels.
Oh, wow. It all begins.
Click the star button and favorite that one. We'll be back to that one in a fucking second. Top to bottom, though, I mean,
it's a good one.
I mean, it's pretty okay.
I mean, come on, Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart for the first time.
Right now you hear that and you go, "Oh, it's fucking great." At the time, I think this is still, if I'm not mistaken, this is fresh out of the rockers, Shawn Michaels.
Right.
This is
and
when
people were like, what, WTF? Like,
Yeah,
this kid's not ready. Yeah.
this was heel Shawn Michaels. This is belly to back suplex Shawn Michaels. This is not sweet chin music Shawn Michaels. This is Shawn Michaels still trying to find himself. And to be honest with you, this looks like one of those matches. And if you guys go back to like the early 90s when Bret was on top, there was a lot of guys that Bret was working with that wouldn't have normally have gotten main event matches, but because he was such a great worker and was friends with everybody. I mean, Hakushi was getting title matches back then.
Yeah.
So this is one of those matches where it's like Shawn's, he's a really talented kid. We could do a lot together. You should really give us a try. That's not the main event of 5 years from now that we had. So
F that guy, that little snot punk kind of a bitch. Like him and Goldberg can kiss it.
Dave, I swear to God, we're getting closer to your generation right now.
There we go.
We're getting close.
That nightstick on a pole, there's only ever been one of those, right?
Oh yeah, I think so.
I remember. Obviously, I can't tell you about the match. I'm so young, but I do remember you watching this. I don't know if it was a recording or whatever, but I distinctively remember a nightstick on a pole.
I think you also remember my favorite part of that match is when Nails refused to be arrested. He didn't. They said, "Look, Shawn versus Bret isn't even on the poster," and I think that's my point. Like, it wasn't really pushed like that just yet. He was still finding his footing. I'm gonna go ahead and vote for. I'm torn. Pretty okay or not very good. One of those. Where do you guys think this should go? You guys fill me in.
Pretty okay.
Pretty okay.
Yeah.
What about the chat? What are you guys feeling about that? Pretty okay. I'll put it in pretty okay. I think I could still move it after the fact. So yeah, pretty okay. All right, that's good. All right, we're moving on.
Brandon put up a good point. Shawn versus Bret isn't even on the poster.
It's like they're not even pushing that. They don't care. That's all right, because in 1993, we're off to Boston Garden, home of Larry Bird and the Boston Celtics. We're off to the Garden, and we have only 6 matches on this one. Okay. For some reason, Billy Gunn beat the Brooklyn Brawler on the pre-show, but all right. 4-on-4. Team Razor, the 1-2-3 Kid, Marty Jannetty, Randy Savage, and Razor Ramon defeated IRS, Adam Bomb. Team IRS, Adam Bomb, Diesel, Erwin R. Shyster, and Rick Martel with Harvey Whippleman in his corner.
That's weird.
That is weird. I'm gonna give that one to you. That's a mix. That's clearly baby faces and heels, but still, it's like the Hart family: Bret Hart, Bruce Hart, Keith Hart, and Owen Hart.
Versus the King
with Stu Hart in their corner against Shawn Michaels and his Knights, the Black Knights, the Blue Knights, the Red Knights, and Shawn Michaels. A little fun fact for you guys out there: the reason for the Knights is that it was supposed to be Jerry the King Lawler, and something had happened, and Shawn was a replacement. So it wasn't really Shawn's Knights; it was the King and his Knights. The Heavenly Bodies: Jimmy Del Rey and Tom Pritchard, with Jim Cornette in their corner, defeating the Rock and Roll Express of Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson. This was a Smoky Mountain Wrestling tag team title match. Holy shit!
Wow,
that's good times. That match must have been fucking dope. I got to go back and watch that one. The Four Doinks, the Bushwhackers, and Men on a Mission defeated Bam Bam Bigelow, Bastion Booger, and the Head Shrinkers. Bastion Booger getting some love here on the show. The All-Americans, Lex Luger and the Steiners, and The Undertaker. The Undertaker, an All-American, baby. There's some foreshadowing for you. If you thought that was weird when he was a dead man, you would love to see how he's behaving now.
Yeah, right.
The foreign fanatic, he went from teaming with Lex Luger to having sit-downs with Donald Trump. There you go.
It's a weird world. We're in the weird universe right now. I think somebody messed with the wrong Kang. We're totally in the wrong.
Whoever took the artifact, put it back. You're fucking up the timeline.
Put the fucking thing back. This is wrong.
They've defeated the foreign fanatics, or as we like to call it, the racist heels. Crush, Quebecer, Jacques, Ludwig Borga, and Yokozuna. Why is Crush on the foreign fanatics? Wasn't he Hawaiian?
Yeah.
So how the fuck is he foreign?
I guess Hawaii is foreign enough. You know, you can't just drive there.
And you know what? People keep revealing their true feelings because we're still sitting here questioning whether we're not Puerto Rico or American citizens or not.
Oh no,
Still,
not
in
again.
2024, we're still having that conversation.
I get to deport all of them, right?
I get to do that. I do that. So there's your card for you. Okay, I think it's an
Not very
okay
good.
card. You don't think it's very good?
No, doink.
The doinks.
The doinks. This is
I'll
Fuck
lean
the
your way. We'll do not very good. I'll lean your way.
Dave?
I'll give you some. I'll give you some. We haven't gotten to his generation yet. We're almost
Oh.
95. Once we start getting into 97 and off, and then he'll be with us. But 1994, 97, I know for a fact David will fully remember because I think that's the first Survivor Series from top to bottom he ever watched. Because that was the Montreal deal. That was, we'll get to that in a second, but I think that's the first one he actually watched live from beginning to end. So the memories will kick up, I'm sure.
Louis brought up a good point.
This is me and Joe for a little bit. So,
so Crush was associated with Mr. Fuji, so that's why he was.
So 1994 takes us to Freeman Coliseum in San Antonio, Texas. For some reason, they have the attendance set at 10,000 exactly, which means that's a bullshit number.
Like nobody showed up that time.
Yeah, like that one extra person. I'm glad you didn't come, Troy. We left at 10,000 exactly.
We're 10,000 flat.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
So we're back to 5-on-5. We've got the team of the bad guys. I guess they figured last year Team Razor sucked, so they went the bad guys. The 1-2-3 kid, the British Bulldog, Fatu, as we know as Rikishi, Razor Ramon, and Sion, I don't know who that is, defeated the Teamsters, Diesel, Jeff Jarrett, Jim Neidhart, Owen Hart, and Shawn Michaels. I like that team. Diesel,
yeah, that's a dope
Jarrett,
team. Yeah.
Jim Neidhart, Owen Hart, and Shawn Michaels together.
That's crazy.
Woo! The Royal Family, Cheesy, Queasy, and Sleazy, teaming with Jerry Lawler, defeated Clowns Are Us, Dink, Doink, Pink, and Wink.
Oh, that's when they brought the little people in.
That's when they had the
I feel like this one's about to end up in the trash.
Yeah, this is a trash. Totally.
This is a throw in the towel match for the WWF title. Bob Backlund defeated Bret Hart to win the world title.
Owen threw in the towel. I remember that.
Yes. 5-on-5, the $1 Million Team: Bam Bam Bigelow, Jimmy Del Rey, King Kong Bundy, and Tatanka. And nope, they defeated Guts and Glory, Adam Bomb, Bart Gunn, Billy Gunn, Lex Luger, and Mabel. And in our main event, in a casket match, The Undertaker defeated Yokozuna. Of course, Paul Bearer with Taker, Jim Cornette, and Fuji with Yokozuna. And here's the only high point of this match: Chuck Norris.
Oh, I remember he kicked somebody.
Yeah, he kicked Jarrett square in the solar plexus. And Jarrett sold it like death. He did a whole back row and everything.
Yeah.
Hold on, what's this one? Crush was associated with Mr. Fuji. Still Hawaiian. His manager.
Fuji's Japanese.
Oh, thank you, Brandon. Sion is the barbarian. I did not know that. Thank you very much. See, you learn things here on the Orsini's Uncensored Mind. Brandon, if you ain't doing shit, you can pop on. You can help us.
Yeah, come on, man.
Come on in.
You're good to be on the screen with you again, even though we're supposed to be doing common conversation.
Yeah. So I'm kind of agreeing with Dave on this one. I'm not feeling this one.
No.
I think this might be our first. Oh, damn. That's going to go ahead and be our first. Golly.
This is when Undertaker had that weird like faceplate or whatever.
I'm assuming Brandon's telling us that he can't come because he's cooking. And
correct.
I'll give you credit, Brandon. You're cooking two ways. You're cooking on the grill and you're cooking on the show.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, this is where he had the eye socket injury, the ocular bone break.
Yeah, ocular bone.
From Abel's leg drop. So he's got the mask on. Okay, so now we take it to 1995. And here is where it gets back to the 4-on-4s. So we've got the Body Donnas.
Oh.
I'm going to be honest with you. This Survivor Series and the next is going to be pretty low because we're now exiting. Not exiting. We're kind of balls deep into the new generation era, so it's going to start getting weird. So the Body Donnas, Skip, Radford, Dr. Tom Pritchard, and the 1-2-3 Kid defeating the underdogs of Marty Jannetty, Hakushi, Barry Horowitz,
wow,
Marty Jannetty returned. And not Hardcore Holly, Race Car.
Car. Oh God, yeah, that I remember that.
The women had a match. I'm going to struggle with this because I never get these fucking names right. But Bertha Faye, Aja Khan, Tomoko Watanabe, and Lioness Asuka. Hey!
Yeah, I remember that.
Where's Dump Masimoso? Alondra Blaze, Kayoko. I'm not gonna go through this. Saki, and then a bunch of other Japanese ladies. They went 4-on-4. Goldust and Bam Bam Bigelow, somewhere in the middle. A singles match. I don't know why it happened. 4-on-4. The Dark Side, The Undertaker, Savio Vega, Fatu, and Henry O'Godden. By the way, Savio Vega still owes me black tape. I tried to get him on it yesterday. He refused to return the tape to me, so I will continue to drag his ass on the podcast until he gets me some tape. I'm not fucking with you, Theo. That's everyone in the locker room. Theo Savio. Yeah. Theo Savio owes his nephew some fucking tape. Get me some tape. It's black tape. It's not cheap.
All right.
It is, but it's the principle of it. They defeated King Mabel, Jerry Lawler, Isaac Yankem, and Hunter Hearst Helmsley with Sir Mo in their corner. 4-on-4, Shawn Michaels, Ahmed Johnson, the British Bulldog, and Psycho Sid. Defeating Yokozuna, Owen Hart, Razor Ramon, and Dean Douglas, a.k.a. Shane Douglas. And in the main event, Bret Hart defeated Diesel in a no disqualification match for the WWF Championship.
Okay, so this is the one I was a part of because that's where I got to meet Owen. I got a magazine with him and Bret, with Diesel and Bret on the cover. Signed by him, Yokozuna. So Owen, Yokozuna, Diesel, the Smoking Guns, like a bunch of these guys. So I remember this one vividly. So I'm gonna go. It's not very good.
It's great moments, but
It's great. I agree. Backstage time for the show itself.
This is the second time now where I feel bad because that last pay-per-view did have a killer match between Bret and Bob.
Right.
And now here we are again. Bret, this is probably one of Diesel's best matches of his career. And I got to agree, though. I got to go, oh, my damn, what happened here? But that's okay. We've got plenty more to go because now we're off to 1996. And I'm going to go ahead and take you to Madison Square Garden, New York City, where the audience, the first smart mark result took place. I'll die on that hill. Where I know people tend to look at Hogan during that Rumble where they were rooting for Sid instead of him, and the crowd was kind of turning on Hogan. We have a very similar moment here. I'll get to it. 4-on-4. Doug Furnace, Henry O. Godwin, Phil LaFon, and Phineas I. It's the Godwins and then Doug Furnace and Phil LaFon. Somebody wrote this fucking weird. They defeated the British Bulldog, Leif Cassidy, or Al Snow as we know him, Marty Jannetty, and Owen Hart. They had Clarence Mason, by the way, in their corner for some reason. The Undertaker defeated Mankind by pinfall. This was the first match in the hellacious feud between The Undertaker and Mankind. 4-on-4, Jake Roberts, Mark Merrill, that young upstart Flex Kavana, Rocky Maivia, The Rock, and the Stalker defeating Crush, Goldust, Jerry Lawler, and Hunter Hearst Helmsley. We've got Bret Hart defeating Stone Cold Steve Austin in his return. One of the most hyped up matches in Survivor Series history, I might add.
Yeah.
Fake Diesel. Fake Razor teaming with Farouk and Vader against Flash Funk, Jimmy Snuka, Savio Vega, and Yokozuna. And, of course, in the main event, Psycho Sid defeating Shawn Michaels for the WWF Championship. That's the moment to me. That crowd was all over Shawn Michaels all fucking night. And then to have Jose Lothario damn near die in the ring as a reason for him to lose the championship. It is what it is. I don't think for this one I can go, oh my damn, because there were some really good.
Yeah, no, I would go, it's okay. Pretty okay.
Yeah, there were some solid matches on this card. Nope, go this way. There you go. There were some solid matches on this card. It's not going to blow you away, especially when you hear things like Fake Diesel, Fake Razor.
Yeah.
By the way, Fake Diesel was Kane.
Right, and Fake Razor was
Robert Bogar, something like that. A local talent.
Yeah.
Not a bad guy, but he's not the bad guy. That's all that it was. That's his only true crime.
McMahon was up there like, I own the rights to these characters, so I'll make fake ones.
So now we're off to 1997, and I don't need to tell you where we are, but I will. We're in Montreal, boys and girls.
Oh no.
We're in the Molson Center. We're in quite possibly the most infamous Survivor Series in the history of fucking Survivor Series. Boy. So 4-on-4, the New Age Outlaws. This is brand New Age Outlaws. And the Godwins defeating the Headbangers and the New Blackjacks. That's when Barry Windham and Bradshaw. The Truth Commission with Jackal, the Interrogator, Sniper, and Recon defeating the Disciples of Apocalypse, Crush, Chains, 8-Ball, and Skull. Team Canada, the British Bulldog, Jim Neidhart, Doug Furness, and Phil LaFon defeating Team USA, Vader, Goldust, Mark Murrow, and Steve Blackman. Kane making his in-ring pay-per-view debut against Mankind. 4-on-4, Ken Shamrock, Ahmed Johnson, and the Legion of Doom against the Nation of Domination. Rocky Maivia, Farouk, Kama Mustafa, and D'Lo Brown. Stone Cold returning from his neck injury against Owen Hart for the Intercontinental title. And Shawn Michaels defeating Bret Hart for the world title. Asterisk. Defeating Bret Hart for the world title via submission. It's written on here via submission. For the win. I'm sorry, folks. I can't put this shit any lower than I can meet you halfway. I'll probably put it not bad at all.
I would go not bad at all because that was a big shit when that happened.
This was the Survivor Series that this pay-per-view kicked off, in my opinion, the real Attitude Era. We were already kind of in it in '97.
Yeah.
But this was like the real kickoff to the whole shit. Every match on this card led to something tremendous afterwards. Yeah, exactly. Even the lower tier ones. I mean, the New Age Outlaws start their run as, tag team greatness from there. Mm-hmm. We ended up getting, you can look at the Truth Commission and DOA and say, okay, that's a throwaway match. But Team Canada and Team USA was a big deal. Kane's run of terror begins here against Mankind. It's not too long from here that Kane breaks Vader's face with a fucking wrench for no reason, just to be petty. That 4-on-4 with the Nation and that was supposed to be a street fight with the guys who were born in the street against the Nation. It was like a ghetto fight. Steve Austin returning from the neck injury. This is all bang, 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 bang. And then of course,
you know what? I would even, I would go not bad at all, actually.
That's where I put it. I put it at not bad at all. Dave, do you remember much of this pay-per-view?
Was this because I'm not sure if this was what I'm thinking of was a return or not. But this debut of Kane was the whole run with Paul Bearer harassing people, talking about he's coming, shit like that, right?
Yeah.
The pay-per-view. The pay-per-view before this was the Bad Blood Hell in a Cell match with Shawn, where Kane debuted, where he tore the door off the hinges.
That's gotta be Kane.
This was memorable. So I don't know. I'm right there with the reason why I don't say badass as hard as it is, because it is Kane's debut. But as hard as it is for me to say badass, there are certain things on here that I do kind of remember this, but I don't remember the feeling. So I'd probably say not bad at all, just to play it safe.
I take away points for Kane's match being entirely under a red light.
I don't know. Wait, well, hold on. I'll make argument to say that it might, regardless of how it made you feel, positive or negative, this might have to be badass just because of the way that it ended. And all the other things you said launched an entire era that people can't let go.
I could be persuaded to move that up.
I'm just saying, this is the launch pad of what, to this day, people cannot let go of everything coming after this.
Yeah.
And the card, I may not remember it. The names on these cards are they're up there. I remember all these people. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm going to say badass. I'm jumping in hot here for the first time.
Yeah.
This one was good.
I'm moving it to badass as well, and to this, and I think David really sold me on it just now, because if the WWE does a show, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, whatever, if they do it in Montreal, and Shawn comes out, he'll still get a "You Screwed Brett" chant today.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my god, it doesn't happen every time, but sometimes you can get it when Shawn does those shoot interview type deals, and it's just it's still to this day still lasts. So let me take you now to 1998. This one I'm going to have to run through pretty quickly because this was in the Kiel Center in St. Louis, and this was a tournament to determine a new WWE champion. So there's no Survivor Series matches on here. They're all tournament matches and a few, and I think one in between. But So first round match, Mankind defeated Dwayne Gill, Al Snow defeated Jeff Jarrett, Stone Cold defeated Big Boss Man, Steven Regal and X-Pac ended in a double countout. Not William Regal, but he's a man Regal.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
a
he's a
man.
man. I remember that. That's crazy.
He's a man. Ken Shamrock defeated Goldust. And The Rock defeated Boss Man in 3 seconds. Taker defeated Kane in the quarterfinal. Mankind defeated Al Snow. The Rock defeated Shamrock. Sable defeated Jacqueline to become the women's champion. Then we're back to the semis. Mankind defeated Stone Cold Steve Austin with help, obviously, from Vince. The Rock defeated The Undertaker. The New Age Outlaws won the tag titles, defeating D'Lo. Oh, not one, excuse me. Defended the tag titles, defeating D'Lo Brown and Mark Henry and the Headbangers. And then The Rock defeated Mankind in the main event with an asterisk, recreating last year's finish with the Sharpshooter and The Rock becoming the corporate champion.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is kind of in the middle for me. It's pretty okay. I didn't like the tournament aspect. Too many in betweens. Getting Dwayne Gill on a fucking pay-per-view is all right. Okay. This is pre Gilbert, by the way. This is just Dwayne Gill.
Oh man.
Now, if Mankind had fought Gilbert.
Gilbert.
That's
a
different possibility altogether right there.
Yeah. I would say we're in the pretty okay range.
I'm going pretty okay with this one. Dave, you're finally with us on this one. Do you have a mention here? Okay.
I'll tag along with it, but I couldn't. I don't know. Again, I'm a little. I couldn't see this as being that good at all, really, to watch. Aside from the aspect of like The Rock and Mankind, like the names that you have in the tournament, because most tournaments don't have this many big people in it, and it would be really hard for me to tell in the moment who's actually going to win. I love tournaments where it's not where you don't really know. It actually makes it fun. But I mean, look at the matches look at the length of the matches. 3 seconds, 5 minutes, and 56 seconds.
They did a whole 16-minute
tournament. You're getting chop, break. Like, where's the intensity? So again, if the story was good telling this, then fine. But like just from trying to remember it or even looking at it on paper, I don't really see how this was that good. But again, I'll rely on you guys on that one.
No, it was just okay. I think it's in a good spot. It's pretty okay.
Yeah, it's standard. Yeah, there wasn't really too much. I mean, for every one thing that I'm sure I can sit here and bitch about, there was always another one thing that was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. We're taking us now to 1999. We're in the Joe Louis Arena, Detroit, Michigan here. Let's read it off. 4-on-4. D'Lo Brown, the Godfather and the Headbangers against the Acolytes and the debuting Dudleys. Another debut, Kurt Angle defeating Sean Stasiak. I think this is 1999, right? So this is pre-meat. He hasn't turned into meat yet, I don't think. 4-on-4, Gangrel, Mark Henry, Steve Blackman, and Val Venus defeating the British Bulldog and the Mean Street Posse. That was a rib. I don't want to hear any other thing about that. 8-woman tag, Deborah, the Fabulous Moolah, Mae Young, and Tori defeating Ivory, Jacqueline, Luna, and Terry Runnels. Woo! Kane defeating X-Pac by disqualification. Big Show on a 1-on-4. It's a 1-man versus 4-man team in Survivor Series, and Big Show defeated Boss Man, Midian, Prince Albert, and Viscera. That's insane. And then, but you know what? This was it the next month? Big Show won the world title. So
yeah, that makes sense.
There you go, beating the Boss Man. And then they dragged his father's casket across the ground and fucked everything. China winning the Intercontinental Champion. No,
Jeff Jarrett.
Defending. She defended the Intercontinental Championship against Chris Jericho in an intergender match here. And then the next month, I think they became co-champions or some shit. 4-on-4, the Hollies, Crash and Hardcore, and Too Cool, Grandmaster Sexay and Scotty Too Hotty defeating Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys. The New Age Outlaws retain the tag titles against Al Snow and Mankind, and Big Show. Big Show right here. That next month, right here. Big Show wins the world title against Triple H and The Rock. So technically, he beat like 6 guys that night. And walked away the world's champion. This was also the night Stone Cold got hit by the car.
Oh wow, this is memorable. I would go with not bad at all on this one. Come on, he got run over by the car. Rikishi's like, I did it for you, Rock. I did it for you.
I'm gonna. I did it for the people. I did it for the Rock. No, but I mean, the car wasn't on the card. I mean, I'm going. The car wasn't booked.
Stone Cold. Carver Stone Cold.
The car wasn't booked. The only reason why I can't put it all the way there is because of what I know was supposed to happen. That main event was supposed to be Stone Cold, Triple H, and The Rock, which would have been a tremendous main event, and we got the Big Show instead. And I get it; it's the Big Show, but I was never a Big Show guy. I don't like the. I guess, and then we've got matches. Mean Street Posse against Steve Blackman and Val Venus. We've got
the mean streets of Connecticut. That's
Moolah and Mae Young against Ivory and Luna and Jacqueline and China in a singles match. I don't give a fuck if she's in there with Chris Jericho. It's China in the singles match.
Who won that?
China retained. They gave her one title defense, and then they did the whole thing with the double pin on the next show, and then they had to go to the Rumble and a triple threat to determine the undisputed Intercontinental Champion. Even Chris Jericho was like, God damn it, I hate it working with her. I don't know. Where were you planning on putting it? Not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. Can you meet me?
I go pretty okay.
They're pretty okay.
Yeah,
Can you pretty okay?
All right, so
pretty okay.
It's a lot of pretty okay Survivor Series.
Yeah, pretty. I'm starting to see why they don't talk about it as much. No, hold on. I may get my answer at the end of this.
Yeah,
2000 takes us to the Ice Palace in Tampa, Florida. And now we've got, oh man, these cards, man. This is
when it stopped becoming 4-4. Like,
oh yeah, we don't have any Survivor Series matches. 6-person intergender tag match. Steve Blackman, Crash Holly, and Molly Holly against TNA, Albert and Test, and Trish Stratus. The Radicals, Guerrero, Benoit, Malenko, and Saturn against Billy Gunn, China, K-Quick, and Road Dogg. Kane against Chris Jericho. Regal retaining the European title, I'm sure by the power of the punch, against Hardcore Holly. The Rock defeating Rikishi in a singles match. Ivory retaining the Women's Championship against Lita. Kurt Angle retaining the world title against The Undertaker, who wore the Godfather's pants that night. 4-on-4, the Dudley Boys and the Hardy Boys defeating Edge and Christian and Right to Censor, Bull Buchanan and the Godfather. And in the main event, no DQ, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Triple H ended in a no contest. That is the match that ends with Stone Cold picking up Triple H in a forklift in a car and then dumping it upside down on the top of his goddamn dome. Yeah. For me, this is kind of peak. This is peak Attitude Era. It's got Guerrero, it's got Benoit, it's got The Rock, it's got the Hardys, it's got the Dudleys, Kurt Angle and Taker, Stone Cold Triple H. This is classic Attitude Era shit. I'm gonna go ahead and go not bad at all.
Not bad.
I'm going not bad at all. It may not be the best card, but everyone's on this one. This is everyone's got a role to play on this one. Dave, any memories yet on these?
Vaguely on this one, yeah, vaguely.
But those names, though,
absolutely. Like I said, it's peak Attitude Era.
Yeah,
we are in the thick of it at this point.
2001, baby, we are smoking. This is going well. I'm having fun. This is the Greensboro Coliseum Complex in Greensboro, North Carolina. Woo! We're in Flair country. Ooh. And we open up with before I continue on, because I'm just looking at it now. These are interpromotional matches, WCW versus WWE.
Yeah, this is the buyout.
This is after the buyout. So Christian defends the European Championship against Al Snow. William Regal defeating Tajiri. Edge in a unification bout wins the Intercontinental title whilst holding the U.S. title. Edge is now double champion. He beats Test. The Dudley Boys unify the WCW and WWF Tag Team Championship inside of a cage as the Dudley Boys defeat the Hardy Boys. Test wins the Immunity Battle Royal, last eliminating Billy Gunn. Not badass Billy Gunn, but the one Billy Gunn. Six-pack challenge. Trish Stratus wins the Women's Championship. Then they brought back the women's championship, I should say. It was vacant for mad long, but Trish Stratus wins it, defeating Ivory, Jazz, Jacqueline, Lita, and Mighty Molly. And in a winner-takes-all 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match, Team WWF, The Rock, Chris Jericho, Taker, Kane, and Big Show, defeating The Alliance, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kurt Angle, Rob Van Dam, Booker T, and Shane McMahon. That was the night that Kurt Angle was the devil agent.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
An invasion, but then betrayed the Alliance at Survivor Series. His boy, I tell you, Kurt Angle was the man, boy. He can fuck with anybody. He doesn't give a fuck.
That boy ain't right.
I don't know about you guys are standing, but I like this card.
Yeah, no, I definitely like this card. This
This
was really hot times for. This is like probably when it started to fizzle.
WWE is shitting gold bricks at this point. They're pretty.
Yeah, they got everything. He won. He defeated his rival,
and we didn't get like the dream matches that you would think straight, but we started getting those early on. SummerSlam, stuff like that. We got what we could. It was kind of after this Survivor Series when we started getting more into WrestleMania territory. Well, now we're getting, because remember the night after WrestleMania, we're getting Goldberg, and we're coming up to Scott Steiner at some point here, and now we're starting to really get stars from WCW coming over. So they did the best they could with this Survivor Series. I'm not gonna lie, this is not bad at all for me.
It's a loaded card.
It's loaded. There's a lot going on.
I think the weakest match on here is Regal and Tahiri or
Tajiri. Yeah,
on paper. I think that's the weakest one. The rest is, and I'm not to say that's not a bad. I'm not saying it was a bad match because I don't remember. Yeah. I'm just saying the card is fucking stacked.
I actually just watched this card about a few weeks ago while I was cleaning the kitchen. Because I'm for those of you out there who've been keeping track of the show, I've been watching. I started Raw from the very first episode, and every now and then I binge it, like all the way. Like I just continue and continue and continue. So I've watched every Raw back from 1995. I'm currently at January 2003. So when I watch the Raws, I watch it, and then after the go home Raw, I'll watch the pay-per-view. So I literally just watched this Survivor Series like the other day. So it's pretty good. We're moving on to 2002. We're at the Garden in New York. We're opening up with the Elimination Tables match. Jeff Hardy and the Dudley Boys teaming with 3-minute warning. Defeating with 3-minute warning and Rico. That's also the return of the Dudley Boys. Devon returns after his brief rush with religion over on SmackDown. They trade him to Raw and reunite the Dudley Boys. Billy Kidman wins the Cruiserweight Championship, defeating Jamie Noble. Victoria wins the Women's Championship in a hardcore match against Trish Stratus. That was an amazing match, actually.
Yeah.
Big Show defeating Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. That's where Paul Heyman turned on Lesnar for the first time. Triple threat elimination tag. Los Guerreros defeating Edge and Rey Mysterio and Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit. By the way, if there wasn't a chamber match, that was the match of the night. The Elimination Chamber match, the first Elimination Chamber match ever. Shawn Michaels wins, winning the world title, defeating Triple H, Chris Jericho, Kane, Booker T, and Rob Van Dam. Not only did Triple H lose the title, he lost his ability to fucking breathe at the end of that fucking match with a crushed throat. Oof. I'm sorry, folks. This is a badass card.
Yeah, this is a badass. I was just gonna say
this is a badass fucking card. Yeah. To Dave's point, if you had to pick out the weak one, maybe Kidman and Noble, but they fucking tore it up too.
Yeah, this is an excellent one. Yeah.
This to me, Dave, are you against a badass ranking here? Hello?
What's that?
Are you against the badass ranking here?
No. Sorry. So there was I don't know what the hell people are doing outside. I just had to list it out. But yeah,
you trying to eavesdrop?
Dropping no eaves.
Wild over here. Anyway, I don't distinctively remember. But again, this, like you said, this next string of summer Survivor Series, it's like it's hard to miss. That's what I was thinking. Like whoever was the booker around this time was just on fucking easy street. This place it was just star-studded. You can't miss.
Yeah.
The guy in charge was always Vince McMahon. So here we go. Dallas, we're 2003, Dallas, Texas, the American Airlines Center. And we got to go to right here. Team Angle. This is 5-on-5. Team Angle.
Finally.
Listen to Team Angle. Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit, John Cena, Hardcore Holly, and Bradshaw.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
They defeated the team, and this is Doctor of Thugonomics Cena. He was over as Rover here. This is just before he won the world title. Defeated Team Lesnar, which is Brock Lesnar, Big Show, Matt Morgan, Nathan Jones, and A-Train.
Wow.
You know you got a big-ass crew when the shortest nigga on this team is Lesnar.
Yeah. That is crazy. Yeah.
That's a monstrous team. Oh, my
They
God.
had to reinforce that ring.
Molly Holly retains the women's championship against Lita. Kane defeats Shane McMahon in the ambulance match. I remember that. That was fun.
Yeah.
Doug Basham. The Basham brothers retain their tag team titles against Los Guerreros. We have the traditional 5-on-5, but not any traditional 5-on-5. It's Team Bischoff versus Team Austin. If Team Austin loses, Austin must step down as Raw co-general manager. And if Austin's team wins, he will no longer have to only be physically provoked to attack a Raw superstar. Meaning he could do it at any time he wants instead of being provoked. Bischoff team won. Chris Jericho, Christian, Randy Orton, Scott Steiner, and Mark Henry defeated Team Austin, which is Shawn Michaels, Rob Van Dam, Booker T, and the Dudleys. That was the match where Shawn bled through like 55% of that fucking match and got beat by a cheap move by Randy Orton. That's why when it was over, it was like, Shawn didn't screw you, Stone Cold. I did. It was a buried alive match. Mr. McMahon defeated The Undertaker. This was the buried alive match where we actually buried the badass gimmick, and he returned as the dead man.
Yeah, I was grateful for this day.
And the World Heavyweight Championship match, the first match of the feud, Goldberg retains the title against Triple H. So that's your card there for 2003.
Is this the first? This is the first card for both Vince and Shane. Like, is their first time being booked here?
Both of them at the same time, I think so.
Yeah,
like in separate one-on-one matches. That's an interesting.
No, I just mean in general. This is their first match, right? Is this their first match? Well, I don't know. Is this the first time they've wrestled?
No, they've had millions of matches up until this point.
Is their first pay-per-view?
Not for either of them. No.
Right,
they were both on the same card in like 97 or 98.
All right, cool.
No, excuse me. I'm talking out of school here. 99, around 99. So they've been doing it for a couple of years. This was the first time, if you want to be technical, I think this is the first time Shane was a babyface for a fucking match. Because he was going after the sinister Kane. Kane, this was the feud where Kane handcuffed Shane to the post and then hooked up his balls to a car battery.
Oh, I remember that.
It was a wild shit, man.
It was weird. Yeah. This is where Shane did coast to coast off of the ambulance onto the concrete floor to Kane in this match. Now I know they had the crash pad there, but I'm not taking that fucking bump. Fuck you. But yeah, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm voting pretty okay for this one.
Yeah.
It's to me, I wasn't a big fan of the main event, but I'm not a big Goldberg guy. But that Buried Alive match meant something. It was an okay match for a match, but it was a Buried Alive match, no pinfalls, no submissions, no countouts. It was just a fight. And what it led to was very, very important. That 5-on-5 was really good. They told a crazy story with that. And Kane and Shane McMahon really brought it. And the 5-on-5 was good with Team Angle and Team Lesnar. Everything outside of that is just, I don't know.
I would
50-50 for
I would
me.
say not bad at all for this guy.
Not bad at all. Dave?
Yeah.
Dave?
Which way did you go?
I'm saying pretty okay.
That's what I kind of, as you were describing, I was kind of feeling.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Joe. It's pretty okay.
Yeah.
It's not my hill to die on.
Nope.
Oh, I didn't move him. This was 2000. This one we were saying. Oh, I made a mistake. Hold on. This was 2000. I lost track of which one that was because we were talking and I didn't move it. So give me 1 second so I can pull up which number that was. That was number 2002. We said 2002 was badass, so that goes there.
Yeah.
2003 we're saying is pretty okay. Bam, there we go. Now we're up to
Back
fucking
on it, baby. Yeah.
We're back on base.
Yes. So
All right, 2004 is here we go. Okay, it is Cleveland, Ohio, Gund Arena, and we've got fatal 4-way match for the cruiserweight title. Spike Dudley defeats Billy Kidman, Chavo Guerrero, Rey Mysterio. Intercontinental title match: Shelton Benjamin defeats Christian 4-on-4 elimination. Team Guerrero: Eddie Guerrero, Big Show, John Cena, and Rob Van Dam. Defeating Team Angle: Kurt Angle, Carlito, Caribbean Cool, Jesus, Luther Reigns, and Mark Jindrak. Yuck. Taker versus Heidenreich.
Oh wow!
Heidenreich. Trish Stratus retains the title against Lita. JBL defeats Booker T to retain the title, and the main event was 4-on-4. Team Orton, Randy Orton, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, and Maven defeating Team Triple H, which is Triple H, Batista, Edge, and Gene Snitsky.
Batista.
Yikes.
Yeah, this is
I'm not feeling this one. Terrible. This one I'm gonna say not very good. How about
you want to go that high? Okay.
Oh, you know what? Oh my damn! What happened?
Yeah.
Oh damn!
Here's a question: how good was the main event?
Okay, so not it was there.
Okay, then I think you put it in the right spot.
I don't think it was really all that memorable, to be honest with you. I remember the build up a little bit more than I remember the actual match. I don't really remember much about the actual match. I mean, Maven and Gene Snitsky in there. Go fuck yourself. I'm good. Heidenreich and Taker, bro. Stop playing. All right, we'll move on. 2005, Joe Louis Arena. We're back in Detroit. Man,
this is the final Survivor Series in the Joe Louis Arena. This is the final WWE event in Joe Louis Arena.
Look at
Joe
that.
Louis Arena with toned down. R.I.P. Joe Louis and the Joe Louis Arena.
God damn it. They won many a Stanley Cup in there.
Yep.
Booker T wins the best of 7 series here, winning the United States Championship against Chris Benoit. Trish Stratus defends the title against Melina. Triple H and Ric Flair in a last man standing match. John Cena retains the WWE Championship against Kurt Angle. Theodore Long defeated Eric Bischoff for some reason. And then Team SmackDown: Batista, Bobby Lashley, JBL, Randy Orton, and Rey Mysterio defeats Team Raw: Big Show, Carlito, Chris Masters, Kane, and Shawn Michaels. Yuck.
Yeah, this is.
I wasn't really feeling this one, to be honest. Now that I'm reading it, I remember the last man standing match because that was the one where Ric Flair went old school and bled a bucket. So I get back to David's point. How that main event look? I don't remember. I genuinely, that just looks like it would have been a regular ass tag match. I don't know. I'm not feeling this one.
No.
Oh my damn. But that's back to back Survivor Series. Oh my dams. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh-oh. This is the Cena era we're stepping into. Hold on.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Hold on. John, you better step it up, brother. We're taking you to Philly, the Wachovia Center in Philadelphia. Wait, the Wachovia Center? That's not what it's called now, is it? Jesus Christ.
No, it's got another name, yeah.
2006. So we're at the Wachovia Center here.
It's the Wells Fargo Center now.
There it is, Wells Fargo.
Because Wachovia went the bankrupt.
4-on-4. Team WWE legends: Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair, Ron Simmons, and Sergeant Slaughter against the Spirit Squad: Johnny, Kenny, Mikey, and Nikki.
I ran into Kenny in the Denny's once. Cool dude.
I had to work with him, unfortunately. I ran into him at Denny's once. Benoit retains the U.S. title against Chavo Guerrero. Mickey James wins the title from Lita. This was Lita's retirement match. 5-on-5. This is one of my favorite 5-on-5s I've ever seen. Team DX: Shawn Michaels, Triple H, CM Punk, Jeff Hardy, and Matt Hardy defeating Team Rated RKO: Edge, Randy Orton, Gregory Helms, Johnny Nitro, and Mike Knox. This is the infamous match where Shawn and Mike Knox start the match The bell rings. Sean kicks Mike Knox in the face, pins him, and then goes to the corner and goes, "Who was that? who was that guy?" And then we're trying to tell him it's Mike Knox. He's like, "Who's Mike?" And they're like, "He's on ECW." Punk was like, "He's on ECW with me." And Triple H was saying, "Yeah, he's in the match. He's in ECW." So Sean's like, "So he's in the match?" He was like, "No, he's in the match for sure." He goes, "Oh, so we're doing good then." He's like, "Yeah, no, we're doing great. We're doing great. We've got one down. We just got to get another one." He's, all right. I just wanted to make sure." And he turns back. If you want to bury a motherfucker as fast as humanly possible, that's the fucking way to bury a motherfucker right there. We never saw Mike Knox again. It was over.
No.
Yeah. Mr. Kennedy defeating The Undertaker in a first blood match. I remember that. It was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think he bloodied him with the microphone, even better. 5-on-5, Team Cena. John Cena, Bobby Lashley, Kane, Rob Van Dam, and Sabu defeating Team Big Show. Big Show, Finley, MVP, Test, and Umaga.
Oh, wow. Test.
And the last chance match for the World Heavyweight Championship, Batista finally pinning and defeating King Booker for the world title. I'm somewhere in the middle on this one too. Card top to bottom.
It's not bad.
It's not terrible, but
Are we pretty okay in this guy again?
Now that I'm reading this, Rob Van Dam has found himself in a lot of fucking elimination tag team matches. Not for nothing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the middle. Where are you guys?
Yeah, I'm pretty okay.
Okay,
You can do that. That's fine.
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about that show. Hey, it happened. It's cool. It's whatever. Dave, any objections to it being pretty?
No. I said I'm good with it.
All right, 2007, Miami, Florida, baby. We're in the American Airlines Arena once again. I'm starting to see some repeat venues. It's making me sick to my stomach. CM Punk retains the ECW title against John Morrison. 10 Diva Tag. Kelly, Maria, Michelle McCool, Mickey James, and Tori Wilson defeats Beth Phoenix, Jillian Hall, Layla, Melina, and Victoria. Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch retain the tag team titles against Cody Rhodes and Hardcore Holly.
Whoa, Cody. That's when he started that long ago?
Yes. 4-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match. Team Triple H, which was Triple H, Jeff Hardy, Kane, and Rey Mysterio, defeating Team Umaga. Umaga, Big Daddy V, Finley, Mr. Kennedy, and MVP. Singles match. The Great Khali defeated Hornswoggle by disqualification, by the way. So I wasn't even like he beat him. Randy Orton retains the WWE Championship against Shawn Michaels, and Batista retains the title against The Undertaker inside Hell in a Cell. This is a strong ass card, but
the end was real strong.
For a second, that team
Hornswoggle.
No. The Team Triple H, Team Umaga situation. They did a promo before that match that was absolute gold because it's my point that I was making for the 80s team when they were doing promos just to kind of let you know who was going to be on what team. And Triple H was in the middle and they were cutting the promo. And I think it was Jeff who started talking. He was like, yeah, the Survivor Series is going to be good. It's going to be great. We're going to do all this stuff. With the main component of being on a team is to have trust in your team. And who can trust a guy who does the things that Triple H does? And they looked at Triple H and he goes, what? What did I do? And then Jeff was like, well, you were the guy that, and I forgot what the situation was, but I think he took him out with a sledgehammer or something. He was like, oh, right. He goes, my bad. That was my bad. And then Kane goes, yeah. And what about that time you put on a mask and made pretend to have sex with my dead girlfriend? He's like, well, that's my bad too. And then Ray was like, well, me and Triple H really haven't had much of an opportunity to go against each other, but he did such and such. And Triple H was like, all right, look, I get what's happening here, okay? We all have our history, okay? But that's the beauty of the Survivor Series. Because now we can, instead of doing bad things to each other, we can band together to do some really bad things to someone else. And it was like, oh, he brought it all together. See how you make sense of being in the team? Triple H fucked all those guys over, but he's team captain, goddammit. He's not going to let petty shit like necrophilia get in the way of his ability to lead a squad. This is a pretty good card to me. I like this card.
I would
The
say.
ending is really strong. Both matches, the semi-main as well. Collie and Hornswoggle is what it is. But the handicap match was good. The Divas, they did what they could. Punk and Morrison was money. Cade and Murdoch against Hardcore Holly and Cody must have been at least a standard match. So I'm going to go somewhere in the middle here. Hold on. Let me go back to the list here. I'll go okay if you guys are okay with that.
Yeah, that's good.
I would say it's not bad at all, actually.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to give Joe this one because we kind of fucked him on the other one, but that's all right.
Makeup one,
We kind of outvoted you on the other one, so I don't want to be a complete dick and just completely obliterate your opinion. No, Joe, you're here for chuckles. You don't get the actual vote.
What murder?
I don't know. Murder's starting to sound reasonable now. Perhaps it's more situational than I thought. We're headed back to Boston. This time we're headed to the TD Bank North Garden. So as we're rolling with the times here, we're opening 5-on-5. Team HBK, Shawn Michaels, the Great Khali, JTG, Rey Mysterio, and Shad Gaspard. They put Crime Time on the same team with Shawn Michaels.
It's Crime Time.
Defeated team JBL, John Morrison, Kane, The Miz, and MVP. How the fuck did that team? That's
weird.
Uneven. That was reversed. That's bad. That's bad. 5-on-5 for the women. Team Raw, Beth Phoenix, Candice Michelle, Jillian Hall, Kelly Kelly, and Mickie James. Defeating SmackDown, which is Maria, Maurice, Michelle McCool, Natalia, and Victoria. There was a casket match, The Undertaker versus The Big Show. We had another 5-on-5 for this time for the men. Team Orton, which is Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, Mark Henry, Shelton Benjamin, and William Regal. That's a squad.
That is a squad.
Against Team Batista, which is Batista, CM Punk, Kofi Kingston, Matt Hardy, and R-Truth. Not bad. This is way past. This is not even version 1 Matt Hardy, and this is Jamaican Kofi Kingston. It's a different time.
This is when he actually had a chest.
Before the Kalima happened. Kalima.
Yeah.
Edge won a triple threat match to become champion. Edge defeated Vladimir Kozlov and Triple H. Oh, I miss Kozlov. That theme.
Yeah.
East Lock bowling. He was a heel, boy. Woo.
Yeah, he was.
He was the picture of Foreign Menace.
Right.
World Heavyweight Championship match. John Cena defeats Chris Jericho to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Again, we have another Survivor Series. Oh, I forgot this. On the pre-show, the Brian Kendrick defeated Kung Fu Naki. Oh, shit. The racism is rich within this time. I love it. I love it. I'll give this card a little bit more credit. We kind of started steering more toward the Survivor Series elimination matches again. We had 3 of them on the card. I don't know. There was their share of main event guys on kind of both sides. I don't know. Where do you guys stand on this one? Not bad at all. Pretty okay.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Putting in here, not bad at all. See, not bad at all. Don't get it, John. You got to pick it up, brother. We're starting to get out of your era. You got some pretty so performances here.
Right in his hometown too.
And Cena's getting the Bret Hart curse. He's trying to bring it, but the card beneath him. Oh my goodness. So we're off to 2009. Okay, so in 2009, that's going to take us to the Verizon Center in Washington D.C. We're opening with 5-on-5. Team Miz, Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Jack Swagger, The Miz, and Sheamus against Team Morrison, Evan Bourne, Finley, John Morrison, Matt Hardy, and Shelton Benjamin. This is Jobber Central.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is the mid-card.
Mid-card. Woof. These are all the dudes trying to get booked. Batista defeated Randy Orton by TKO. I think this was the feud. Remember? You're supposed to be my friend.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Another 5-on-5. Team Kingston. Christian, Kofi Kingston, Mark Henry, MVP, and R-Truth defeating Team Orton, which is CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Ted DiBiase, and William Regal. Looks like Legacy.
Yeah.
And Punk and William Regal there. I don't know. These are some weak 5-on-5s. And I'm going based on the time period. These are all mid-card fucking guys. Triple threat match for the world title. Taker defends his title against Big Show and Chris Jericho. Poor Chris Jericho. And by submission, which means one of these motherfuckers ate Hell's Gate.
Yeah.
5-on-5, Team Mickey, Eve Torres, Gail, Kim, Kelly, Melina, and Mickey James, defeating Team Michelle, which is Alicia Fox, Beth Phoenix, Jillian Hall, Layla, and Michelle McCool. And the main event, John Cena defeated Triple H and Shawn Michaels to retain the title. I'm sorry, this was a weak show. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, this is
Dope main event, but again, John Cena's getting hit with the
oh
breath.
my damn territory. This is the mid card central. I mean, like,
Yeah, I was about to say I can kind of see what era we're starting to creep into here.
Yeah, we're getting into that PG
You
slowly.
can see it very slowly,
yeah,
but
yeah.
you went, like I said, you went from you can't fucking miss to like, I mean, the main event was good.
Yeah.
yeah.
The established guys did what they were supposed to do. We're at 2010 now. We're back in Miami, back in the American Airlines Arena. They love this fucking building.
Yeah, they love Florida.
They love Florida, yeah, because these motherfuckers come out, bro.
Yeah, that's right.
The U.S. title is on the line. Daniel Bryan retains against Ted DiBiase Jr. John Morrison defeats Sheamus for shits and giggles, I guess. Dolph Ziggler retains the Intercontinental title against.
These are all singles matches. What the fuck?
Yeah, well, listen to this one. Dolph Ziggler retains the Intercontinental Championship against Kaval.
Who?
Loki, Kaval.
Oh wow, Loki.
Yeah, that was the one match. They contractually had to give him one title match to something, and they gave him that one. And then he went back to the Indies and hung out with us in Brooklyn and became very, very pissy. He said he didn't like the name, but he didn't like the gimmick. And then he went to the Indies to our fucking show and demanded we call him Kaval and play the music. So go figure. Don't play the low key theme. Play the Kaval theme. All right, whatever you want.
Sounds good, bro.
Yeah, we did the same thing when I worked a show. What was it? X-Pac. We had X-Pac on the show. They're like, don't play that X-Pac song. It's fucking shitty. Play the fucking Run DMC song. I'm like, all right, whatever you want, bro. He didn't like the X-Pac theme. X-Pac! He hated that song. Yeah. He likes the Run DMC DX. The King of Rock, what? The King of Rock.
Oh, yeah.
He likes that one. So you the talent, I guess. We'll do it.
Do you?
5-on-5, Team Mysterio, Rey Mysterio, Big Show, Chris Masters, Kofi Kingston, and MVP defeat Team Del Rio, which is Alberto Del Rio, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, Jack Swagger, and Tyler Rex. Miss Rex, if you're nasty. That's a double wordplay. If you didn't get that, I don't know what to tell you. Because he's a woman now. Natalia defeated Lay Cool in a handicap match to, I'm assuming, win the title. Yes, it was to win the title. Look at Grandma Natty out here just winning matches and titles. Kane defends his world title against Edge in a draw. So I guess it would technically be a defense. But no, he walked away champion. Yeah. Tag team match for the tag team titles. Nexus, Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel retain by defeating Santino Marella and Vladimir Kozlov. And pinfall or submission only singles match. John Cena is the referee. Randy Orton retains the title against Wade Barrett. This had a shit ton of stipulations. If Orton wins, if Orton won, then Cena would be fired. If Barrett won, Cena would be free from the Nexus. Yeah, because Cena had lost some stupid match and he was part of the Nexus against his will. So if he helped win the title, he'd be out of the Nexus. But if Randy Orton won, he'd be fired. And he chose to do the right thing, and it cost him his job. Whatever the fuck. This card sucks. There's nothing.
This is terrible. Mm-hmm. I was definitely not watching around this time.
Yeah, I think this is one I
checked out. I'm gonna go with damn.
I'm noticing we're in that era that I really disliked in women's wrestling, where it was just like
it was the divas.
They're just throwing it was that weird middle where you have wrestlers and then like divas still. Like you don't have that distinction like you do now, where most of them are wrestlers for the most part, but like here you still had that diva era plus people who wanted to be taken seriously for wrestlers like Natalia and stuff like that. So it's just a really weird, and they just threw them all in your face at once.
Yeah. So we have 2011. We're back at the Garden, New York City. This time, me and Mrs. O are in the building.
Oh, there you go.
Dave, were you with us? I think.
No.
Okay. But we were in the house for this one. For the record, before I say this card, the last Survivor Series card that we picked that was a badass card was 2002 at the Garden. So we're back at the Garden again. And they decided to pull out some of the stops, not all the stops. Dolph Ziggler, once again, being a career pay-per-view opener, he defends the United States Championship against John Morrison. Lumberjill match. Beth Phoenix retains the Divas Championship against Eve Torres. 5-on-5. Team Barrett. So it's Cody Rhodes, Dolph Ziggler, who's wrestling again for some reason. Ego, Jack Swagger, and Wade Barrett defeating Team Orton, which is Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston, Mason Ryan, Sheamus, Sin Cara. Holy fuck.
Wow.
Big Show defeats Mark Henry by disqualification, so he does not win the world title. CM Punk begins his 434-day run as champion right here by defeating Alberto Del Rio. It almost didn't happen because Howard Finkel decided to go into business for himself and take 8 years to announce CM Punk. And then John Cena and The Rock, first time in a lifetime, defeating the Awesome Truth in the main event. I refuse to be blinded by my being in the building. This was a soft card too.
Pretty okay.
I was in the building and I don't remember the first 3 matches. I remember Big Show and Mark Henry because all they did was big man shit and we just kept laughing about it. And then Daniel Bryan teased cashing in. I remember that.
Yeah.
And I remember Punk Del Rio being a pretty solid match. And I remember the hilarity of the John Cena Rock fucking Awesome Truth match. But I'm sorry. Just because I was there doesn't mean it was the greatest thing ever. Is it too harsh to say not very good?
No, it's not too harsh.
Not too harsh. You're thinking based on that card, Dave. Are you against the not very good?
I mean, your main event is a tag team match with John Cena, The Rock, and the Awesome. I didn't even know Awesome Truth was a thing before currently.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So, I can't physically recall it. I would say, oh my damn, but we can go not very good if you.
I'll go not very good because it was a strong main event. But if it makes you feel any better, this is 2011. This is when the Awesome Truth stuff really started. And look, all these years later, you were in the building when they won the tag titles for the first time. So how about that?
Full circle.
Full circle.
Listen, I love the Awesome Truth. I just don't want to see The Rock and Cena on a team. So again, I didn't physically sit and watch it. I'm just giving you my feelings from whatever. But it's no higher than not very good for sure.
Okay. Well, 2012 takes us to Indianapolis, Indiana, Baker's Life Fieldhouse. We are opening with 5-on-5. Brodus Clay, Justin Gabriel, Rey Mysterio, Sin Cara, and Tyson Kidd defeating the primetime players of Darren Young and Titus O'Neil, Primo and Ipico, and Tensai. Eve Torres, I don't even want to read the rest of this because that opening match right there is going to tell you all you fucking need to know. Eve Torres defeated Caitlyn to retain the Divas title. Antonio Cesaro defeated our Truth to retain the United States Championship. Sheamus defeats Big Show by disqualification. So no, he did not win the title. Team Ziggler, Del Rio, Damian Sandow, David Otunga, Dolph Ziggler, and Wade Barrett against Daniel Bryan, Kane, Kofi Kingston, The Miz, and Randy Orton in a 5-on-5. And in the main event, CM Punk retained against John Cena and Ryback. This is a terrible era.
Yeah, this is
for
my god. Oh my damn
shows. This is another oh my damn. They had Ryback on the cover. My God in heaven.
That was like the
that hurt. As soon as I read the first match, I was like, I don't even want to read the rest of this shit.
Yeah.
Luckily, we're in 2013 now. We're gonna start kicking it up a notch, boys. We're going to start kicking it up a notch. We're back in Boston, Massachusetts. Now it's just a TD Garden. We're opening 5-on-5. The fucking Shield.
There we go.
Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, teaming with the Real Americans, Antonio Cesaro and Jack Swagger, to take on the team of Cody. I got a new tag team for Goldust and Cody. Cody Rhodes and Goldust, Rey Mysterio, and the Usos.
Oh wow!
This was the go to the face paint Usos.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm on top. Okay, and so Big E. This is what he was. Big E Langston retains the Intercontinental Championship against Curtis Axel, who had one of the dopest things in WWE history. This is a 7-on-7 Survivor Series elimination match. Total Divas: Brie, Nikki, Ava, the Funkadactyls, Cameron and Naomi, JoJo and Natalia. JoJo's in a match. against the team True Divas: AJ Lee, Oksana, Alicia Fox, Caitlin, Rosa Mendez, Summer Rae, and Tamina Snuka. Yikes. Mark Henry defeating Ryback. Shits and giggles. I don't even. Okay. That later became a WrestleMania match, so I can't even shit on that. John Cena retains the world title against Alberto Del Rio. CM Punk, Daniel Bryan defeats the Wyatts, and Randy Orton defeats the Big Show to retain the WWE title. If you've got Big Show in your main event, I'm sorry, I can't co-sign this motherfucker. I can't do it. This is the one pay-per-view of the Big Four this year that CM Punk got a win on. Because if we're keeping score, Punk had to do the job at the Rumble to The Rock, had to do the job to Taker at WrestleMania, did a job to Lesnar at SummerSlam, but they gave him the Wyatts at Survivor Series. So
he should have beat Taker. That would have been, everybody would have lost their shit.
Oh, well, if he would have beat Taker and then split the way that he did, they would have.
Really that's true. Yeah, he would have screwed everything. Yeah,
you just beat Taker. I don't give a fuck. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go pretty okay with this.
Yeah, that's a pretty okay one.
For the matches that are strong, they're pretty strong, and then for the ones that are, I mean, that Diva match really fucking hurts.
Yeah,
really brings it down a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. We're moving on to what city are we in now? We are in St. Louis again.
St. Louis,
this time we're at Scott Trade Center, and we are going to open with a fatal four-way tag team title match. Damien Mizdow and The Miz. Apparently, they won the tag titles. I didn't remember them being tag team champions. They defeated Goldust and Stardust. Yikes. Los Matadores and the Usos. 4-on-4 elimination. Team Natalia, Alicia Fox, Emma, and Naomi. Defeating Team Paige, Cameron, Layla, and Summer Rae. Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose. Bray Wyatt defeated Dean Ambrose by disqualification. Adam Rose and the Bunny defeated Slater Gator, which was Heath Slater and Titus O'Neil. Yikes. Nikki Bella defeated AJ Lee to become the Divas champion. And in the main event, I'm looking at this and it's making me even more depressed. It's 5-on-5. John Cena, Dolph Ziggler, Eric Rowan, Big Show, and Ryback against Team Authority, which is Seth Rollins, Kane, Luke Harper, Mark Henry, and Rusev. This was the debut of Sting. That was this main event where Sting came and helped Ziggler win the match for Team Cena.
All right, that's a little better.
There's a bunch of stipulations to this. I don't give a fuck. We're having a string here of some not so good stuff here. Let me look at this again.
We're going to put this in the not very good category?
I'm thinking not very good, yeah. I mean, I watched this pay-per-view from beginning to end, and I don't remember half of this stuff. My God in heaven. Dave, you against not very good? Or?
You can. Yep, that's fine.
He said, go ahead and just do that thing that you do over there. Here we go. Taker's 25th anniversary here as we go to 2015. We are in Atlanta, Georgia, in the Phillips Arena. And we've got the World Heavyweight. Oh, my God. Another tournament. Okay, so the World Heavyweight title tournament, Roman Reigns defeats Alberto Del Rio, and then Dean Ambrose defeats Kevin Owens. 5-on-5, the Usos, the Lucha Dragons, and Ryback defeat King Barrett, Sheamus, and the New Day, all three members. Charlotte retains the Divas Championship against Paige. Tyler Breeze defeats Dolph Ziggler. The Brothers of Destruction defeat the Wyatt family. Roman Reigns defeats Dean Ambrose in the final to win the world title, and Sheamus cashed in his Money in the Bank to leave the world champion from Survivor Series. This is, I think, the last time he became champion too, Sheamus.
Oh wow,
that's it. That's the card.
Damn.
That's the. I'm just realizing now that's the end of it. That's the actual whole ass card.
Yeah, that's a
wow. That's a soft.
That's an very good.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
We lived through this shit? Oh my God. This was every year?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
It's not very good on my list.
No, I'm going to go not very good. Oh my God. All right.
Yeah.
I think I answered my question at the beginning of this fucking show. This is probably the reason why they're not talking about this one as much. Yeah. All right. We're 2016. We're in Toronto. All right. We're in the States. Air Canada Center. Let's see if we can get a fresh a breath of fresh air here. We're opening up with the ladies, 5-on-5, Team Raw. Charlotte Flair, Bailey, Nia Jax, Alicia Fox, and Sasha Banks. Yes, thank God.
Yeah, this is when we got good.
SmackDown, Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, Carmella, Naomi, and Natalia. Sweet baby Jesus. Oh, my ribs hurt. Thank goodness. Okay. All right. The Miz defeating Sami Zayn to retain the Intercontinental Championship. 10-on-10. Team Raw. So this is tag teams. Team Raw. Cesaro and Sheamus, which was the bar, right? That's the bar.
Yeah, we are the bar.
Enzo and Big Cass. Luke Barr and Carl Anderson and the New Day. And the Shining Stars, Epico and Primo, defeat Team SmackDown. American Alpha, with Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. Breezango, which is Fandango and Tyler Breeze. Heath Slater, Rhino. The Hype Bros, Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder, and the Usos. I like that match. Jesus Christ. I feel like I'm eating crackers after being hungry for a year. Here we go. All right. The Brian Kendrick retains the Cruiserweight Championship against Kalisto, which was also good. 5-on-5, Team SmackDown, AJ Styles, Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, Randy Orton, and Shane McMahon. How does he keep finding himself in these matches? Defeating Team Raw, Braun Strowman, Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. And in the main event, Goldberg defeated Brock Lesnar in 1 minute and 26 seconds. I'm starting to have a memory here. I don't remember that being the main event.
No, neither do I.
I felt like that was somewhere in the middle because they kept talking about that shit all night. I felt like that Team SmackDown versus Team Raw match was last.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
But I like this card. And not just because we went
finally.
through a lot of shitty stuff, but there's some names on here.
Yeah,
this is some solid
finally.
matches here. Finally, good God! You know what we're seeing now?
Years.
Yeah, it took a while, but you know what I'm seeing now? You know who a lot of these people we're starting to see a new era here. There's a lot of NXT names on here.
Yeah, this is when
Black and gold. Like
Yeah.
the women got called up, the tag teams got called up. You know, Kevin Owens is the Universal Champion here during this time
wow.
period. AJ Styles is the WWE Champion during this time
That
period.
developmental starting to pay out.
Woo! Yeah, we had to suffer some time, but Jesus Christ, we saw the light in the end. Jesus Christ. I'm going to go ahead. I'll go and put this not bad at all. Or am I too high? Pretty okay.
I would say not bad at all.
I think it's not bad at all. We're catching a lot of these guys in their prime. This is young them.
Yeah.
A lot of these names now are old heads. Kevin Owens is an old head now. And like Styles is an old head. Chad Gable is an old head.
Would you say that would be this Survivor Series would be very similar to the second one in Badass, like of that era, like the foundation of like that generation?
Yeah, I kind of would. It was
this
is like the opening of that whole current run that we're having now.
I mean, there's some names on here right now that are top of the card.
Yeah.
So
they're ruling the roost, so to speak.
Yeah, Roman.
Yeah, Seth Rollins is in here.
Seth Rollins, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Man, those were some tough fucking years. Here we go, 2017. Now we're doing some Raw versus SmackDown action here. We're in Houston, Texas at the Toyota Center. We're cooking with grease now. The Shield's opening up the show. 6-man tag. The Shield versus New Day. 3-on-3. 5-on-5. Team Raw. Alicia Fox, Sasha Banks, Bailey, Asuka, and Nia Jax. Against Team SmackDown. Becky Lynch, Naomi, Carmella, Natalia, and Tamina. Champion versus champion. Baron Corbin. SmackDown's United States champion defeats Raw's Intercontinental champion, The Miz. The champion versus champion match. The SmackDown tag champs, the Usos, defeat the Raw tag champs, The Bar. SmackDown's champion Charlotte Flair defeats Raw's champion Alexa Bliss. That must have been a weird match. Champion versus champion Lesnar and Styles. Still one of my favorite Lesnar matches of all time. On this card. And Team Raw, Kurt Angle, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, and Triple H defeating SmackDown. So Shane McMahon again. Shane McMahon, Randy Orton.
In these places.
Always finds himself in these fucking matches. Shane McMahon, Randy Orton, Bobby Roode.
Rude.
Shinsuke Nakamura. Glorious Bobby Roode. Shinsuke Nakamura and John Cena.
And this is early Shinsuke. This is like, oh my God, Shinsuke's here, Shinsuke, right?
Yeah. This is kick-ass Shinsuke. This is when he was on top here. I want to say Team Raw again, because is this not like a combination of like generations? Kurt Angle, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, Triple H.
Yeah, that is a
That
generational
is a
thing.
weird mixed match of 5.
Yeah. Just like with DiBiase and the other guy. Yeah.
I was a fan of the concept at the time of the brand versus brand thing. I liked it because we didn't see those matchups a lot. I'm gonna say this one was okay.
Well,
I don't know where you guys land on this one.
pretty okay. Yeah.
Dave, are you against it being okay?
Yeah, I mean, I can. I'll say I'll agree with that. This card doesn't look too bad.
No, not bad at all. You would say.
Yeah, right. No, I will agree. Pretty okay. If I were to watch it, I'd probably fall there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Staples Center in Los Angeles for 2018. We're doing big moves. We're making big business here. We're opening 10 on 10, the tag teams. SmackDown's representatives are the Usos, the New Day, Sanity with Eric Young and Killian Dane, Gallows and Anderson, the Colognes, and that's it. Against Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, the Revival, the B Team, the Lucha House Party, and the Ascension, 10 on 10. Team Raw for the women, Mickie James, Nia Jax, Tamina Bailey, and Sasha Banks. Defeating Team SmackDown, Naomi, Carmella, Sonya Deville, Asuka, and Mandy Rose. Champion versus champion. Seth Rollins, Intercontinental Champion, defeats Shinsuke Nakamura, who's the United States Champion. That's a matchup. Champion versus champion. AOP, Akam, and Razor were the Raw Tag Champs. They defeated the Bar. Man, the Bar don't do too well in these matchups.
No, they do terrible.
But they keep winding up the tag team champions at the time. So fuck it.
Yeah.
Buddy Murphy.
Murphy.
That retains the Cruiserweight Championship against Mustafa Ali. 5-on-5, Team Raw, Dolph Ziggler, who is the new Rob Van Dam because he keeps finding himself in these fucking matches. Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and Bobby Lashley. Defeating Team SmackDown, The Miz, Shane McMahon. Why? Shane McMahon, Rey Mysterio, Samoa Joe, and Jeff Hardy. Ronda Rousey defeats Charlotte Flair by disqualification. And Brock Lesnar, the Raw champion,
That was when Ronda got involved.
defeats Daniel Bryan, another good Lesnar match against the SmackDown champion. Solid.
Yeah, I would say this is pretty good.
Not
This
bad
is
at all.
not bad at all. Yeah,
Not bad at all.
not bad at all.
I'm
Not bad.
The 10
Not
on
bad
10,
at all.
but it is what it is. I'm not a fan
Yeah.
of the 10 on 10s, but it is what it is. So, Dave, are you against not bad at all?
Yeah, that's fine.
There we go.
Yeah,
There we go. Don't put much of a fight, Dave.
Yeah.
No. This
Let
is
it happen.
the phase that I wasn't really too hardcore at this point. Like the Ronda Rousey run, the Daniel Bryan run, stuff like that. I miss a lot of this stuff. I know it was good. I saw clips and stuff, but I didn't follow it like I watched.
Yeah,
it.
I didn't have cable at the time, so I was always clutching and YouTube clips
Yeah,
from
this
some
was-
random dude on
I
the
think
internet.
This was like if I remember correctly, this is a very weird time in my life where I really didn't watch a lot of stuff. So yeah.
Okay, well, 2019 takes us to the Rosemount Horizon, now known as the All-State Arena. I can't believe they changed the name. Fucking around. Why do they keep changing these names?
They always change these names.
This was the pay-per-view where it was Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT. So
This is
Team
a good one.
Team NXT in 2019. Y'all ready for this? 2019. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair,
Oh,
Candice LeRae, Io Shirai, Toni Storm. Fuck!
Wow.
Ouch! That was Team NXT. Team Raw, Charlotte Flair, Natalya, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Sarah Logan. Damn! SmackDown, Sasha Banks, Carmella, Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, and Nikki Cross. God
Lacey Evans. Wow.
damn. The triple threat match for the mid-card titles. Roderick Strong won. He was the NXT North American champion. He defeated AJ Styles, Raw's United States champion, and Shinsuke Nakamura as the Intercontinental champion. Fuck. Adam Cole retained the NXT title against Pete Dunne.
Shit.
The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, retained the Universal title against Daniel Bryan. 5-on-5 men, Team SmackDown, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, King Corbin, Mustafa Ali, and Shorty G. Chad Gable. defeated Team Raw, which is Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Ricochet. And Team NXT, Tommaso Ciampa, Damian Priest, Matt Riddle, Keith Lee, and Volta. Oh my God, Gunther as we know him now. Lesnar retained the title in a no-holds-barred match against Rey Mysterio. What the fuck? I don't remember that match ever happening. And in the main event, triple threat women's title match, Shayna Baszler, the NXT Women's Champion, defeated Becky Lynch and Bayley. I'm sorry, boys. I'm going to go badass on this one. This was ridiculous.
Yeah.
This one was ridiculous. The fucking by the way, the fucking pre-show had the Viking Raiders against the New Day against the Undisputed Era's Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly.
Wow.
Leo Rush against Tozawa for the and Kalisto for the Cruiserweight title, and a 10-team brand battle royal where Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, the Dirty Dogs, won that because this card is badass. I'm not going to hear any.
I agree. Totally agree.
I'm not going to hear any blasphemy against it. There's no debate. This shit was so great they never did it again. That's how good it was. They said, no, this is too good. We can't do that.
Yeah. Crazy.
2020. Who gives a fuck?
It's the pandemic era.
No, we do not acknowledge.
We're going back to it. We're going to put Robert Kennedy in charge. You're going right back to being in the pandemic mode.
Listen, I will go through it because we have to. But first of all, I love it says attendance 0.
Oh man, why even put it? Why even bother?
In parentheses, behind closed doors. The venue is WWE Thunderdome at Amway Center. That's the venue. Wow. So it's we're opening with the 5-on-5 men's. Team Raw, AJ Styles, Keith Lee, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and Riddle against Team SmackDown, Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, King Corbin, Seth Rollins, and Otis. Champions versus champions, the Street Profits, SmackDown Tag Team Champions against the New Day. Street Profits won. Champion versus champion, Lashley, the U.S. champion, defeated Sami Zayn, who was the Intercontinental champion. SmackDown's champion, Sasha Banks, defeated Asuka, who was Raw's women's champion. 5-on-5 for the women. Team Raw, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Lana, Lacey Evans, and Peyton Royce. Defeating Team SmackDown, Bianca Belair, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Bayley, and Natalya. And then our main event is champion versus champion Roman Reigns, who was just beginning his run as the Universal Champion, defeated Drew McIntyre, who was the WWE Champion over on Raw.
Wow.
Pandemic. I can't put it high. I can't do it. I'll meet you somewhere in the middle.
Pretty okay.
Yeah, pretty okay. I'll meet you somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
This was. It says Thunderdome. Was this during the Thunderdome? Did we have the Thunderdome then? This is late in 2020, or was it after that? I can't remember now. But god damn, solid. I guess it's a solid card. I'll put this somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, put them in the middle, man. That's a hard ass era. Say what you want about how annoying it was.
I am going to say what I want. Fuck these motherfuckers.
I watched a few of those things, and listen, I tapped out, but God bless them because they really committed it and cringed their way through that whole fucking time. So they deserve at least a pretty good, dude.
Yeah, they did. They got it pretty okay. Yeah. I can't believe I'm gonna have to explain the Thunderdome era to my grandkids one day. Just Dad, what the fuck is that? I don't know. They're gonna put me in a home. They're gonna think that I made this shit up.
This guy's off his fucking rocker.
Wrestling in front of nobody. All right, Grandpa.
Sure thing, Pops.
Sure. This fucking guy over here.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs.
Imagine a world where we removed humans and put screens as far as the eye. Sure.
Oh man,
okay, Grandpa. So we're finally out of the pandemic for 2021, and we're in Brooklyn. This is the Dave. I actually played this pay-per-view during one of the Thanksgivings where we were all at the girls' house, but I don't think anybody was paying attention to it. It's okay. But the opening match, champion versus champion, Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair, women Raw versus SmackDown, 5-on-5, Team Raw, Rollins, Balor, Owens, Theory, and Lashley. Woo! Against SmackDown, McIntyre, Jeff Hardy, King Woods, Happy Corbin, and Sheamus. Yuck. That's
Happy Corbin was the shit, dude.
Happy Corbin. Oh, now there you go. The what is this? 25th, The Rock's 25th anniversary battle royal. Oh yeah. I remember this. Omos won, last eliminating Ricochet. Jesus Christ.
Never happened to Omos.
Champions versus champions. Not rated. Woo. RK Bro, Orton and Riddle. The Raw Tag Team Champs defeats the Usos. 5-on-5, Team Raw, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Carmella, and Queen Zelina defeated Team SmackDown, Sasha Banks, Shayna Baszler, Shotzi, or Shitzy Blackshard, as I used to call her. Natalia and Tony Storm. Champion versus champion in our main event, Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion. Get used to hearing that, folks. Roman Reigns,
the rest of them,
defeats Big E, another Raw champion, down at the feet and the mercy of the great Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you guys on this card? Small card, so that's good, but
pretty okay or not very good.
Dave, where do you stand on this card, just based on the way it was read?
I mean, Omos versus Ricochet.
Yeah, exactly. Omos versus
it was a battle royal of 25 people, and that's who they settled on being the last.
Not very good for me, but whatever.
Joe,
not very good.
Not very good. Okay.
No.
All right.
No,
I'm gonna go with the crowd on this. We've got 2 left. I can't believe there's actually an end to this. Here we go. Yeah, I'm having so much fun doing this.
And this is when they changed the War Games.
Yes.
War Games, I tell ya.
Now we're bringing in the War Games. Now we're bringing in the War Games, I tell ya. Boston, Massachusetts. We're back at the TD Garden between Boston and Miami, man.
That's where they only put these things.
That's where the money is, folks.
Yeah.
We're opening up with women's War Games. Team Belair, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim, and Becky Lynch against Team Damage Control, Bailey, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Nikki Cross, and Rhea Ripley.
Wow.
Singles match, AJ Styles defeats Finn Balor. Shits and giggles, I guess. Women's title match, SmackDown women's title match, Ronda Rousey defeating Shotzi. What the fuck was that?
Shotzi?
Yeah, Shitzy Blackshart somehow got Ronda Rousey in a wall. Who the fuck thought they should put her in the ring? I'm moving on. I'm going to be here all day. Triple threat match for the U.S. title. Austin Theory defeats Seth freaking Rollins and Bobby Lashley.
That's bull.
To win the title.
Huh. Oh yeah, I saw this one actually.
Yes, and the men's War Game is the main event. The Bloodline: Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, and Sami Zayn against the the Brawling Brutes: Sheamus, Ridge Holland, Butch, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens. So it was 5. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Pretty okay. Yeah, all right. I'm pretty good. That main event though.
That main event was pretty big.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But we'll go pretty okay, I guess.
And then last year's,
just real quick. Let's just run it down. Let's not quit now. One left. Here we go. With Cody Rhodes and his little camo face paint. He's the little cute. We're back at the Rosemount Horizon.
Yeah.
Allstate Arena. What a way to end it. Where the fuck are they at this weekend?
They're in Rogers Arena in Vancouver, British Columbia.
I didn't see that city one time, so at least it's fresh blood. Here we go. Short card again. Last year, only 5 matches. They opened up once again. Oh, that's a pattern. We're opening up with the women's War Games match. Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch defeat 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Okay. They defeat Damage Control, Bailey, Asuka, Io, and Kyrie. Gunther retains the Intercontinental Championship, defeating The Miz. Santos Escobar defeated Dragon Lee. Why? Who knows? Rhea Ripley retains the World's Women's Championship against Zoe Stark. And the men's War Games match, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, Randy Orton defeats the Judgment Day, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Dirty Dom, JD. That group. And then, of course, we have the return of CM Punk on this card.
Oh, yeah, it's when Seth was cursing out the world.
Yeah. This one, he was overacting.
Mhm.
Motherfucker, you would have sworn he was gonna fucking gut him like a fish. And then
Yeah,
the
I
next
was waiting
night,
for that.
yeah, and then the next night they're in the same ring together. Where he's not even lunging at him. He's just kind of
No.
looking him in his eyes. He's like, "I had a chance to sleep on it. Now I don't want to murder you."
Yeah,
But I
murder's
see
bad.
what
You
you
know.
wrote. Fucking hell! I need to.
There
Get,
we go.
I need to get him a shirt. Solid, pretty good.
I would say this is not bad at all.
I was gonna say not
bad.
bad at all for the simple. I think this was the first time where both war games were hot.
Yeah.
Like both of these were really, really good. And then Rhea Ripley and Zoe were pretty okay. Gunther obviously always does a good job. I'm gonna go no bad at all. So here we are, folks.
We did it.
We did it. We're here. And now I think I got the answer to my question because there's been 38 of these things. Only 5 are badass. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Look at all this.
And it looks pretty even, but as we went over it, you went starved for a very long time before you got something decent. It looks even on paper, but it didn't feel like it when you were talking about it.
If you look, can I expand and then you guys can see on the thing? Yeah. Okay. So if you look at the not very good and the oh my damn, it starts off with some of the really, really early ones and then a lot of the more recent ones.
Right.
So it's like we went through an era where it was like, okay, we're kind of getting our footing, but then it gets really, really good. And then it got really, really good, and then it got really kind of not so good. Like
right.
Back years in a row. and then it just started kicking up again around like right here. It's like, oh, wait a minute. And then it got not bad at all. Okay, pretty okay. Badass right here.
Yeah.
And then you had to, man, we had to suffer through some fucking years though to get here.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. But here it is. I'm gonna take a snapshot of that so I can post that. And I'm going to stop sharing now because we don't need to look at that anymore.
Nope, it's over. We did it.
100% up to.
We survived the series.
We survived the series.
There it is. And now I take it to 2024 as Pombo just said, we're going to the Rogers Arena in Vancouver, British Columbia. We only really have the 3 matches done up here. Let's start at the very beginning, which seems to be the tradition. We literally, when it comes to war games, so far, it's ladies first.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll continue that tradition here. Women's war games: Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, and Bayley against Judgment Day's Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. Personally, I'm actually looking forward to this match.
Yeah, I want to see Rhea get her hands on both of those.
Yeah, I actually am looking forward very much to see what kind of creative shit they can come up with. I don't need. I'll tell you some don'ts that I don't want to see. I don't need Io Sky jumping off of the cage.
Nope.
And I can do without it.
Yeah,
So
we've done that. Yeah, we're good.
It's been they did the same spot 2 years in a row.
Right.
So at this point, even if you were going to do something different, I don't really care.
She's going to climb in the middle of the cage.
Yeah, well, yeah. Quarters of the way up, and trash can on my head. We have a new wrinkle in the whole thing now because this past
Jade messed up.
Jade put through a car windshield, so she's going to be out for some time. I don't know how that affects Bianca's involvement in everything, or how it affects that tournament, which me and Dave.
Well, you guys, that's what I was thinking of when you guys had your thoughts on the tournament and having Chelsea Green winning that, and then they were like, "Oh, it was Bianca Belair." You guys are like, "Nah, not gonna happen." And then it happened. It was like,
it happened.
Oh wow, they could really.
But look how it happened. Bianca actually left the match. It wasn't
right.
Lost. They found a way to get Chelsea a win without actually having to beat Bianca.
Right.
Now that she's gotten past Bianca, Chelsea's got to go all the way. Did you hear that pop when she won?
Yeah, people are digging her. She's funny. Like you guys said, she's hilarious.
Did you guys see that she did a whole video of her walking through the streets in New York when they came to Brooklyn? She was on the train and everything. She was cleaning off her subway car train, and she was.
That's funny.
She went up to some random overpass. She goes, "Oh my God, look, guys, the Brooklyn Bridge!" And it was like just some random overpass. It was amazing. She was trying street dogs for the first time.
That's amazing.
Oh my God, she's fucking gold.
She's gold, man. Let her run with it.
Let her cook.
That's her favorite WWE superstar right now. He goes, because you can give her anything, and she's gonna make it awesome. Everything. That's the people that WWE wants.
Yeah.
So we'll talk more. Me and Dave will talk more about the title tournament as it continues on. But I'm actually looking really forward to this women's War Games match. Not a lot of build up to it. I know that Liv and Nia did the thing at Crown Jewel, which includes Tiffany Stratton and Candice LeRae. But they were that team were enemies last month. They will now be on the same team this month. Damian Priest and Gunther. Dave, unfortunately, you'll have to live this madness one more time. You were torn the first time that it happened. You understood why the finish was what it was the last time. Will you still understand when this finish happens again? Because there's no way this happens the other way. I would be, listen, let me not say no way, because they have been pushing Damian to the fucking moon. So I guess anything's possible, but I personally think it'd be quite a shock if they pulled the trigger and put the belt back on Damian. But Dave, are you okay for another Matt Classic between the Boricua Beast and the German aristocrat over here?
I think it's gonna be a good match. We'll see what happens. I don't think he's gonna drop the belt.
No, he's not dropping the belt. He's probably not gonna drop it until
it'll be a good match though.
I don't like the fact that Damian Priest took Gunther's promo away from him. I was waiting for it. You're street trash. Your parents didn't love you enough to give you what you need.
That was brutal. Like, I gotta say, like, I don't like Gunther, but he's doing a good job of me not liking him. It's like, yo, how are you gonna call me a street trash? It's so bad.
I've never liked the Gunther promo the way that I love the way that he shit on Damian Priest.
He's been shitting.
Our parents knew that I was great from day one. They didn't love you. It's evident by the way they raised you. It's like, God damn.
Yeah, he brutalized him.
Gunther coming off of the Cody Rhodes loss at Crown Jewel, this has been a masterclass on how to push a guy to the goddamn moon, because he finally takes a loss that wasn't built. It wasn't for any specific necessity other than the Crown Jewel thing. It's almost like they treat it. Am I wrong in saying this? They treat the Saudi Arabia shows almost like it's non-canon. Like something is different about Saudi Arabia, where you could just, it's not affected by anything else that's happening in the 616 verse.
Yeah.
Like it's completely something else that happens somewhere else. And it's like even the fans now at this point are kind of going along with it, and it's just not canon to everything else that we're doing. So, the loss didn't hurt him. He's still a favorite to win against Damian Priest. And now we have our men's War Game match, which I have a really big fucking issue with. I know that we've done War Games where it's been 5-on-5, but we've also done War Games where it's been 4-on-4. And I really feel like this War Games was suited better with a 4-on-4. I did not need a 5. I think that's the one time I think that actually kind of hurt. I like how we got there. Now we know who the 5 are for each side. I'm a bigger fan of the 4-on-4. I think the story was built better for the 4-on-4, but maybe you guys agreed or disagree with that. Joe, where do you stand on whether?
I love 4-on-4. It's even Steven. It goes smooth. Everybody likes it smooth. I shaved just because I knew it was going to be on video. So I shaved and I made sure I was smooth as a baby's bottom. That's how we do here. We're clean and pressed here at the Captain Squadron. So
there it is. I was waiting for the name drop.
But no, for sure.
Like as we're talking, he's just gonna start showing off the website, like here.
No, but for real, I think it's fantastic, majestic wrestling when it's 4-on-4. It's classic catch as catch can.
Are you still okay with the 5 though? Like
the 5's okay.
I prefer the 4, but are you still?
I prefer the 4 because then you can get another match in. You pluck 4 from one of the 5 from every team. You get a whole nother match with a different dynamic. Which
should have did Bronson and Seth one more time at the fucking.
No more Bronson and Seth.
Oh come on, we could do one more of that. I just want to. I like the. I'll put it to you like this after the fact, Dave. Have you been following how we got back to the OG bloodline?
Yeah, in pieces because they took it away from me. But yes, in pieces.
No. Hurry up and get on fucking Netflix. I can't.
I'm saying seriously, dude. Seriously,
they took it off Hulu, and now I have to fucking sit here and fight. I have to watch the YouTube, either the YouTube parts, or I have to find a streaming site that has it somewhere because it can't get it anywhere.
Yeah,
they took it off. But I'm liking
Peacock too, or not yet?
No, wait, say it again.
It's still on Peacock, right?
If they're on Peacock, but they're delayed. They're like
Delayed,
off.
yeah, that's
They're
what it was.
off
Yeah,
by
like 'cause I usually watch them delayed. Yeah,
it's like a month behind.
Oh,
Yeah, like 4 weeks, like 4 episodes
The
behind.
Hulu was the
Hulu was
next day.
Hulu
Next
Yeah,
day
that
was
was
up.
Monday. Yeah, you can just watch it on Tuesday, and I guess because of the agreement's over now, we don't get it the next day, so we gotta like fight for it. But I just want to throw something out there really quickly, but for especially after this pay-per-view, of all the stuff that we did to get to the reuniting of the OG bloodline, if you really think about it, if you remember carefully, Roman still hasn't spoke on this.
no, he hasn't.
He still hasn't said about. He has not apologized for anything. He has not addressed anything.
He didn't
Everyone
say anything.
everyone keeps cutting promos on him.
Yeah,
He's just
And he
been
didn't
sitting
say
there
nothing.
taking it. Jay gave him a whole heartfelt speech, man. We equals. We this. You're not gonna disrespect me no more. You're not gonna do this. And he's, oh, okay. Well,
Sure, whatever you want. As soon as I beat these mofos, I'm going right back to how I was,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
Jimmy started it off when he came back. When Jimmy
Yeah.
came, I'm sorry, if you guys see me moving forward on camera, I was in the ring yesterday, so like my back is like really like
Yeah.
tight. But whatchamacallit? Oh, when Jimmy started it off when he came back, and there was shock on Roman's face. Remember, you did that for me. He's like, I did that for you. I love you.
Mhm.
And they got back together. Then the whole thing with Jay, we need Jay back. Oh, we don't need da. And then Jay cut the whole promo, and Roman just okay, all right. Then they started talking to Sammy, and Sammy cut the whole promo. Oh, you need to apologize, not to me, but to Jay. And he looked. Oh. That was the only time he said something, and it was still bullshit.
Mhm.
It was just like, oh, I apologize. I do wasting my time with this bullshit. Solo, let's fight right now, and that was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's it. So far, even
Really?
down to Punk now, right? So Paul Heyman comes back.
Yeah.
He surprises the whole world. Although
Crazy
I
to see.
will always forget the number you have dialed.
Yeah, it was like,
Oh,
it's like I got nobody. I thought they sold that really well too.
he dropped the phone. I'm like, yo, that's expensive, bro.
Yeah.
But he comes back. He announces that it will be 5-on-5. Here comes Punk. And they weren't even mic'd and still sold the whole story better without a microphone. They did the whole deal, triple dives, GTS into a spear, the whole
Yeah, they really sold it. Yeah.
And they played the clip on YouTube. They like sectioned it out as a short because it was perfect the way they shot it. Where Paul says, "What are you?" Paul. Roman says to Punk, "What are you doing here? I don't trust you."
Oh.
And Punk said, "I'm not here for you. It's
I'm
bigger.
here
It's bigger than me, and it's bigger than you. I'm here for him." And he pointed
There
at
you
Paul Heyman. And Roman shakes his head. He goes, "He's my wise man." And Punk goes, "We'll see."
Oh,
We'll
nice.
And then the camera cuts and they showed off-air footage on YouTube of they're all still staring down, they're all talking to each other, and all of a sudden the bloodline looks at the hard cam and they do the ones. One at a time. They do the
Yeah.
ones, and the last one, Roman does the one, and then they all look at Punk. And Punk looks at all of them and he walks forward and he doesn't do a one, he goes,
Oh, nice. Nice.
time to go to sleep.
There
And
you go.
we're gonna have a temporary form of alliance. But I think the WWE shared it out, and they want to remind people: remember something. For people who keep saying it doesn't make sense,
None of our WWE
no,
things
but
make
remember
sense.
something. This actually does make sense. Remember something. When Punk came back after Survivor Series, I believe it was SmackDown right after that last year's Survivor Series. He did a whole promo in the ring talking about different talents. Who should I face? Who should I go against? We've got Randy Orton. We've got Kevin Owens. And he goes, Roman Reigns. And the crowd went nuts. And he said,
Mhm.
I acknowledge you. Just remember something. Just remember who the OG Paul Heyman guy is.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, remember, he was my wise man before he was yours. And that's how he left it. And then we fast forward when Cody was going through his thing with Drew, and Paul Heyman showed up to talk to Punk. And they had the hug. And he was like, can I go home with you? He's like, can you? I said, you need to get out of here, man, before these bloodline guys come over here, man. These are different bloodline guys. He was looking out for him.
Yeah.
And he came to Punk for help. These are all seeds. And now Paul Heyman's been put through a table. And while Paul Heyman did not mastermind the reuniting of the bloodline, it's there.
Right.
Paul didn't have to do the heavy lifting this time. They did it themselves. They just needed support on one guy. And while a lot of people were looking for a Lesnar, Punk actually makes more sense than Lesnar. Because remember, it was Lesnar was the one who got effed over by the bloodline. As of right now, Lesnar cannot compete for the WWE Championship anymore.
Why?
Because of the bloodline. Remember that
Oh,
the bloodline stipulation that he could no longer compete for the title. I may be wrong in the sense that it may have been the stipulation that as long as Roman is champion.
Probably.
But remember, Roman was champion for a long fucking time. So it feels like forever.
Right,
Yeah. So Lesnar still has a gripe. And I know a lot of these guys have a gripe. But when's the last time you've seen Lesnar get sentimental about anything?
Exactly.
So Punk actually does make a little bit more sense than people like to think. So that is our 5-on-5. That's Roman Reigns, Jimmy and Jey Uso, Sami Zayn and CM Punk against the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Bronson Reed. Anybody want to put odds? We get a tsunami from the top of the cage.
Oh, we're definitely getting a tsunami from the top of the cage.
You think it's a miss
or
a hit? You think
who
has the balls to take it? Forget miss. If you had to guess one of the 5 members of Roman Reigns' team to take the tsunami from the top of the cage, who's got the guts?
I think Punk could do it.
Punk?
Yeah.
Dave, who do you think?
Yeah, I think he's probably the craziest one to do it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. He's
Sammy?
I'm going Sami Zayn.
He's my next choice. Yeah.
Sami Zayn's gonna be the guy. I need this, brother. Come on.
Let's go.
I
Put me in that title reign again. Yeah.
Put me. I need to be back on the highlight reel somewhere. Go ahead.
Yeah. I need to be relevant.
Give it to me because I love. Did you see Roman Cell from the tsunami last week?
Yeah.
Sold that with. Like his eyes gonna pop out of his head. He splashed him in his gut and his asshole prolapsed. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was amazing. So we only have the 3 matches coming up for this weekend. I didn't do this later in the week because it is Thanksgiving.
Turkey Day.
No, it's not Turkey Day. It's not. No, stop putting it over like that.
It's Turkey Day.
And we kept the general. We didn't even go into specifics based on ethnicity because we didn't talk about Benny. We didn't talk about all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Although it's funny you brought that up when we got off. If I'm not mistaken, Ham was not on that list, and that's kind of fucked up. If I think about it, actually, I think,
we still brought up Ham though.
We did.
Yeah.
I think turkey was the only meat on that list.
Which is a travesty in itself.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a bunch
you guys had green bean casserole. Like, I'm half Caucasian and I'm not eating green bean casserole.
That's because you're only half. You're not
it's offered on many menus.
Casserole because murder is bad.
That's true. That's true. Who gave me this? Murder is bad. I'm not eating.
Well, we didn't do the show any closer because I didn't want to take away from the family time, from my family time, for Dave's family time. As a matter of fact, me and Dave will be together on Thanksgiving.
Look at that.
We're meeting in the middle. We're invading the sister's house.
There you go. You guys will be in Jersey?
Yeah, we're gonna be in Jersey. We're gonna tear the fucking place apart, and then we're all gonna leave.
Nice. Well, if you need some coffee on the way back, I'm right over by the bridge. So,
hey, brother. I know we're still on the air and we're gonna get out of here soon, but Vegas WrestleMania. We've decided that we're not gonna go. Big reason for that is because they announced SummerSlam at MetLife. So fuck it.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I'm not going to
Vegas. Saving my money for SummerSlam MetLife. Dave, we're going to MetLife. So we're not going to Vegas for WrestleMania, but we're bringing back the WrestleMania party.
Oh,
and we're doing it different this year in the sense that because it's Vegas themed, we're obviously going to have decorations and all that stuff that we normally would do. It's going to be really fun decorations too because it's all like casino based stuff. It's Vegas, baby. It's gonna be yeah, so we want to do like all kinds of stuff too, like card games and stuff like that. Like really,
go for it. Go for the gusto.
Yeah, go for that. Go 100%. Yeah, so you gotta come through, bro. We're gonna we're doing it. It's gonna be dope. Anyway, so Survivor Series is this Saturday. Is gonna be in Vancouver,
British Columbia.
Well, Vancouver. They're coming here, by the way, Long Island for Saturday night's main event.
Yeah,
and then we're off to the races because the Rumble's in Indianapolis. And then they got the Chamber is in Toronto, and then Vegas for WrestleMania. Yeah. So back to back Canada. How about that?
Go Canada.
Yeah, from mouth to asshole. Or I guess from this way, it goes from asshole to fucking mouth because of
something like that.
yeah, something chronologically. It
Yeah.
depends on which way the bitch is facing, I guess.
Yeah, it's all that matters.
So we've got Survivor Series this weekend, boys. We're gonna do Turkey Day. He's got me fucking saying it now. Fucking Thanksgiving on Thursday. I'm still gonna be in Jersey, I think, Saturday. So
Yeah, hit me up.
yeah, I'm still gonna be in Jersey. With the
Because
fans.
Saturday, I'm not. It's my complete rest day. I just got to type up something for the new job, and because I have something I got to hand in on Monday. So
True.
Saturday afternoon, I am free as a bird, and this
Will
bird
do.
you cannot breathe.
So thank you guys for being on the show here tonight,
Thanks for
man.
having me. It's been good to
this
hang out
was-
with you guys.
I know this was a heavy lifting show, but this was a lot of fun.
We went through the decades, the eras.
Jesus, I gotta plan ahead if we're ever gonna do that shit again. To be fair, the cards are a lot thinner on the other shows. This one, because of all these elimination matches, they're so much bigger.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
it took a while. So thank you guys for your patience, and for those of you out there, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for downloading. Thank you guys for sharing, and of course, thank you guys for enjoying. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Follow, remember, tobeseen.com,
Yes,
baby.
tobeseen.com.
He's plugged a bunch of times, but
Yeah, I plugged everything.
Yeah.
I'm good.
He's
I'm plugged out.
really dope. He's dope.
Mic drop. Wait a minute. This is too much. Cooking it like a pro. Wrap it up, everybody. Show's over.